Let's see if anybody actually here. It says I got zero, but I see the messages in the chat. Let's see. Let's see who actually stayed up. So, we got somebody. 40 seconds. Let's give it a minute. We got two people in the room so far. I see. Let's see who actually shows up. What's the deal? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me get on my AirPod. Going up. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, y'all can hear me? All right, cool. Good. Cool, Daddy, what's the deal? Jay, salute. Hey, Stone, bro. Cool, what's the deal? Albert, what's up? That's something we got 22. All right, we rising, we rising. Good, good, good. Dre, what's up? Welcome back. We back like you never left. Jacob from Boston, what's the deal? T. Griff, what's the deal? You stop wearing turbans at man, it's been so many brothers walking around with the feds and turbans on. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that's really proud of the Moors, but that's them being outside of right knowledge. Like they don't really understand what it's really all about. And like once you really like everybody was talking about Moors, man, I have to be around Moors a lot. And but once you really understand that history, then it's like, oh damn, a lot of these brothers don't know the history. They just know what the Moors was about and that, being a Moor is a good thing. And a lot of people like to stand on it, but don't really know that history and what all that shit is wrapped up in. Because once you find that out, then you're looking at the whole thing differently. You're like, oh shit, like, what side do I want to be on? The thing is, one, since there's very few people who know that history and understand it, you can get away with it. So they can walk around with the feds and all that, because you're not going to have too many people walk up and challenge you on that history. But you'll be super salty if you run into somebody who actually know the real history and you get into a whole whole contest with them or a whole fucking debate with them, and then you're gonna be asked out. Oh yeah, those beliefs still out. There's a lot of pagans still calling themselves pagan because they don't understand what pagan means. Pagan was created by the church. It's just a derogatory term that means you're a non-Christian who worships the wrong God. So the Catholic Church came up with their whole terminology of pagans. Real pagans would never call themselves pagans. Ryan, what's the deal? Crystal, what's up? All right, so we got a little bit of people in here so far. I want to get into this. So, unbeknownst to a lot of us being on here, my last few lives I had in the viewers, because understand one, it's say 33 people on the chat right now, but it's actually probably over 1,000 people watching. Every time I get off, I always see the views, and the views is always over 1,000. It's always a lot of people watching but not participating, and in the chat. So once I figured that whole shit out, I was like, okay, cool. It's actually a lot of people that's watching. But unbeknownst to us, including myself, we had some real scholars watching the live, right? Real scholars, professors, researchers, scientists. But this is a couple of them I know already because I talked to them. When I the whole lecture I did at UNLV, like I said, there's a lot of schools that wanted to pay me to come talk. And I did that one because I knew the person, and I wanted to do it because I trusted her. Still do trust, her, of course. But it's a lot of scholars, a lot of researchers that's looking for something like what we do at Merkabah Academy, somewhere to go and talk and put out information and be a part of something that's, in this whole scholarly conscious community, right? So this is something that I was going to do before Merkabah Academy anyway. So, and you guys are going to start seeing it a lot more because we're going to promote the fuck out of it because it's a good idea. But we're going to do the Scholars Society, which is going to be basically a society for certain people that's going to be able to join this. And you guys will see we have, because I'm going to send, you're going to get the links and everything for the people who join, and not everybody can join. So you're going to get the links. We have our own Instagram, our own Facebook. It's going to be a whole separate page on Merkabah Academy. And, we have the logo and everything like that. I'm going to show you guys all this stuff coming up. But this is going to be basically my group I've been talking about for a long time. I told you guys there's a lot of groups. I have some people in my groups on my art page on Facebook, but there's also like a personal group that I have where we share a lot of information. So we're going to expand that. We're going to expand that and start inviting more people in. Excuse me. And it's going to basically kind of sort of be like our own little secret society. Uh, we usually do. So basically, if you participated in the live for Black Amores, we're going to do that 3 times a month, right? That's 3 times a month. We're going to do those lives. So in that live, we're going to share a lot of information. One, I want to break down research. I want to break down and show you guys how to actually research and find things, find information, how you should be utilizing Google to your benefit. And now with Google having like Google about to kill it, but Chat GPT is way better. So it's integrating now. So we have a way now to really speak what we want into existence as far as like, the whole internet type shit. So we're gonna get into a lot of, you know, deeper esoteric shit, current events type stuff, um, and just go into a lot of information because, it's cool having doctor friends and scientist friends and people who have a different outlook uh, in society because they deal with a lot of people professionally and a lot of people, business wise. Like, perfect example, when the corona thing, I can't say this on live, but I'm gonna say it anyway. When the corona thing was going on and everybody was on lockdown, I already had a friend of mine, a doctor in Miami, who hit me up and told me, do not take that, you know what? I said, it's death. Don't take it. They trying to pay a bunch of the doctors to give out those, you know what? So he said, hey, I'm going to send you vaccination cards, which I said that. So you can get around if you need to, and you'll be straight. You don't have to worry about getting that, that shot. So yeah, it's good to have people in those positions and people who can come into our society and give insight into certain things. And it's people who I believe want to join something like this, and but want to have it with people that's serious. It's not so much about, it's not about money. It's not about money. It's about having the right people in there. Even though it's gonna cost to get in, but it's not about like getting people in. It's just like you still got to be accepted, and that's the part we're going to get into, down the road about how we're going to work this whole thing out. But for now, I wanted to talk about it because it's something it's something that I always wanted to put out and do because it's a lot of people, especially here. Like you can see, we're usually having the same people on this live. It's mostly the same people in here. Like it's good. That means you guys are dedicated. You guys understand. You come here, you're about the information. You take the time to jump into the chat. And I appreciate that. So a lot of people that's dedicated to this information and this whole movement, and we are here to share this information. And it sucks that we can't really share it the way we want to on social media. So this is why this whole thing is about to be, a really good idea for us to have this scholars society where we can basically really share good information along with Merkabah Academy, and it's going to be good. Which is it back up? Merkabah Academy should be back up. Probably should be back up tomorrow. By tomorrow, um, you guys should be able to log in by tomorrow for sure. Because I thought it was going to be up yesterday, but they still working out something. So supposedly, I think between now and tomorrow it should be up. Um, there's some stuff we got to do on our side. I'll take care of that tonight. But for the most part, it should be cool for people to log in, and that whole problem should be fixed. Because some people can log in, but if you try to go to like the press, and you have to log in from WordPress, like which is stupid. So I don't understand like the whole of that. But yeah, it should be good. Tons of bucks. What's the deal? So rapists and Janice, okay. No, never pay again is what having to do with the lecture. I mean, with the lecture, the video. So like, never pay again means you're getting Saturn, Satan final. You're getting stock market and all those videos that come out. That's never pay again membership. That's so you don't have to buy the videos no more. Which is something uh, I wanted to do that because I have so much to put out and I put out so much. But I didn't want it to be like because I knew in my mind, this is how I looked at it. This is how I think sometimes. Because I always be thinking about how I would think if I'm you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I knew I was going to be putting out a whole lot of videos, which is over 100 now. And I didn't want it to be because there's so much information, and I knew it was going to be constant, constant, constant. And I didn't want it to be like every fucking week, every month, some new shit come out, and it still happened anyway because that's how people think. Still happen anyway. But I didn't want people to think, oh, he just keep putting out these videos because it's a money grab. He keep trying to get money, money, money. He keep putting all this shit up. So that's why I put out Never Pay Get membership so you can just buy it. And you don't have to worry about paying for any more videos. You can just get them all so you can see it's about the information. And again, I've sold that shit for as low as $7.99, all the way up to 500. So it's been crazy. But no, Merkabah Scholar Society is going to be completely different. Completely different. I got to do this for the and don't get me wrong, we're still going to do free lives. It's going to be I'm doing free lives now on YouTube, but we still got our lives that's going to happen on Merkabah Academy, and it's going to be just like how it was with the Black and Morris lecture. So I want to get into that because, like I said, man, a lot of you guys have knowledge and insight that can help each other. There's a lot of people that got businesses. So networking is a big thing. A lot of people scared. So that's one of the reasons for the society because then at least the people that in that room that's in that room, you can see each other. You can see faces because it's gonna be one of the criteria if you're a part of the society. When we do lives, your camera must be on. You can't. So if you're scared to show your face and talk, then you don't want to be in this thing. So we can talk, we can share information, and we can go through the information without, having to worry about who the fuck is on there. And yeah. So it will require your phone number too, by the way, because it's gonna be text messages. It's gonna go out, so it's not gonna be simple. So it's like you got to think about it before you get involved with something like that. but it's just going to be us, you know, select people, a group, all scholarly, all information, getting into how you should be studying, what good books to read, stuff that I usually put out, but just a more insight into it because I have time to do these lives now. And since there's a bunch of professionals out here that want to join something like that and don't really want to come on these lives and talk for a bunch of different reasons. Now, if it was just one person, I wouldn't give a fuck. But because there's a lot of scholars, and that's their world, I don't know what's going on in that world. But for some reason, they all on this same tip where they don't really want to come on live and talk their information. Well, maybe for job security, for what, for whatever. But it's been told to me by many professionals now that something like that is cool because there's a lot of professionals that got information and they want to talk without having to be on a live or a social media platform. And at the same time, they want to, get information from people like me and you guys who got information. And something like that don't exist right now. And a lot of these guys are not Masons or Shriners or in secret society, but they want something that's above that, that's a little better, because you locked in with that shit, and they got to pay dues and all kinds of shit with that. And you want to do that here, but it's something that like I said, it's something I wanted to do because I think it's needed in this day and age because it's a lot of agents, it's a lot of fucking uh, you know, trolls and weirdos that jump on. You guys see them in the comment section all the time. So yeah, we'll get into that. Ryan, what's the deal? Let me see what you're talking about. Yeah, D Griff, that's exactly my point. It's like it's not too many people that's serious about this information or serious about it. There is, and oh yeah. So the link is in the description. So it's $89.99 to get in now. It's going to be over $500 later on. So the link is in the description. And that photo, remember I was telling you guys the photo of me outside of the Masonic temple? So when you click that link, you're going to see that photo. That's the photo I didn't want to show people. This is one of them. So and look how young I am in that photo. But look at the door. So that's in London. So I'm in London at the Masonic Hall, right outside the Masonic Hall. I just came from a huge meeting. Well, I'm not gonna say meeting, but kind of like a gathering of Masons, because I have a few friends that's in that hall. So that photo I put up there because I said I was going to show you guys. So when you click the link in the description, and you see for the to get into uh, the Merkabah Scholar Society, you'll see that photo there. And I have other ones that I'll show later on. So like this is the thing. Nobody's seen this stuff because I never wanted to show it because I know people how they think. But I have more photos. I have more, but you're never going to see me in no Masonic dress. I come as a guest, and anybody who has been a guest there, that's how you're a guest. You have to. It's more to it. So I've been a guest all over the world. I've been in Masonic halls, all lodges, excuse me, all over. I've been to so many of them, and so the ones who know, and I've been asked to speak at a. I mean, I've done a lot, man. Yeah, it's something I elaborate on in the society. Me having the honor of addressing a lot of Masons and speaking to a lot of Masons and a lot of people in these societies about a lot of shit. My knowledge is way past that shit because I understand. One, you got to understand what the secret societies is about and how that goes. It's a hierarchy, but one, it's so it's secrets within the secrets. So basically, the secret society, what they're doing, hiding the information from us, they're also doing that, hiding the information amongst themselves. Think about that. It's crazy. I look like Dr. King. He's funny as shit. No beard. That's a long time ago. But I'm trying to find this question real quick. Yeah, Ryan. Somebody put me on about that TikTok live and everything like that. And TikTok is so fucking recorded, and they gathered everybody information on that shit. No, it's just something I like. That shit is they're doing it, and it's obvious because you're agreeing to all that without even knowing you're agreeing to all that. YouTube is not that way. So YouTube, where if they need to, they can take your property, but it has to be like a whole bunch of legal shit involving that, and you're not giving up consent like immediately. TikTok has it set up to where you giving up consent immediately without just signing up without you even knowing. So they can really get into that information and kind of dig into everybody that's involved in that shit and who's doing what and who's looking at what. Not saying that you guys should be worried about something like that because you're not doing anything wrong, but even still, that's like a major breach of fucking personal information and personal space to me. And I don't want to subject a bunch of people to that, especially talking about the type of shit we talk about. Anubis, what's the deal? I am me, Sydney, Australia. Wake up. What's the deal? Yeah, Merkabah Academy is just under construction. It'll be back up. Yeah, the Albert. So MPA members, you should have access to stock market. That's why I was saying we got that link for the Podia 999 thing. That's why I did that. So you guys can go in there and get that video. So we only can send out. I can only send out 100 emails. So I only can send out free videos to 100 emails. I told you guys Podia lowered it. So only 100 emails I can send out. So that's why I said, I talked about this before. Get that link, 999. So that way it's like you bought a whole new thing. And then that way, what I can do is to kind of, get around that whole, just like a loophole. I could put all the new videos on there. But, don't worry, it's already on Merkabah Academy. So if you wait till tomorrow, then you should be able to go on Merkabah Academy and see that video. So you don't have to buy anything or anything like that. It is available for free for Never Pay Again members, of course. And you should be able to go on Merkabah Academy tomorrow and see that video. I got a big old thing of ice water, so I'll be getting dry mouth out this bitch. And what's the deal? Oh, gee, KRS-One is much bigger than me. You tripping. They took that Mike Brown video down. I have it. I still have it, though. I got to put it up on Merkabah Academy. I got to make Sonic Halls because I got friends that's Mason. To be one, X one. And uh, I went to law school, for those who know, I went to law school, Drexel University, Earl Mack School of Law. And when you're in school, and everybody knows when you're in college, this is where you run into all these people. They have think about it. Think about fraternities. How do you get somebody into a fraternity? You understand? How does that work? So when you're in college, and this is the thing. I mean, not to shame nobody, anything like that. If you don't go to like a major university or a good college, you're never going to know how this shit works. They're one, they want to get the people that's smart, that's scholarly, that's on to something else. So if you're a brother that's in med school, if you're a brother that's in law school, 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to approach you about society because you're in a major professional field and they want you in. So that's how it started for me. Being in law school and then being around these brothers and being around these people and they want you in. And that's how it starts. But also being military and being around the world and having chiefs, if you military understand, those chiefs, that's a society. The way you become a chief in the Navy is so secret society is crazy. It's crazy. You gotta walk around with that book all day. You cannot go nowhere without this book. It's like a brown box, the book in it. There is a whole ritual to become chief, to put them khakis on. That's in the military. So a lot of people have no clue how any of this shit works. It's not just you just like you got to think how do these people get in, and then like how many people don't get in. Not everybody they approach is going to be in. So you're going to have some knowledge, and then you're going to be able to see how shit work in certain ways. So that's one. But two, me traveling around the world, meeting a lot of people, being accepted into a lot of different things, and people just respecting me and what I've done, and then the knowledge I have, and a lot of shit that I point out, and they invite you get an invite into stuff with the hopes that you will join. But I will never join. And everybody who knows me knows that. It's just something I won't do. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. Like it's understanding what's going on in this world is way deeper than, people want that society mark, as far as these other guys for that status. They want to put the fucking emblem on their car. You know what I'm saying? They think it's going to get them out of jail. It's not about that, man. Like when you know, you know. It's just the knowledge is way fucking more deep. It's everything. It's everything. And it's like you'll start to realize that the more you learn about how this shit actually works and why it works the way that it works. So and that's how I really got around with these guys. Let me see. Yeah, that shit is forever. There's no getting out. But they say they'll fillet your feet if you open your mouth. Who is that? Tons of bucks. Yeah, that super soldier program is real, but not on the scale that they was talking about. But something to that effect. Because I'm gonna tell you now. I remember. This is why I was saying something about the whole Corona thing. I remember one when going through boot camp and then being on my ship just to give us these shots. I can't remember one day I was ever sick or had the sniffles or a cold during my time in the military. You don't get sick. I did not get sick. I was fucking like the best physical shape ever. I just felt good every single day. It was just like it was a machine. It was a machine, and you have to consciously go away from that to be out of shape or not healthy. That's something you have to consciously do and do on purpose for that to work. And it's just something like if you had the type of job I had, I was a nuke. So a nuclear propulsion engineer. I worked in the reactor core, bottom of the ship, USS George Washington. So my job was like important, and it entailed a lot. But I could only do it out at sea when the ship was underway. In port, that's the best thing. I could chill. They hated us in port because we didn't have to do shit. We can't do nothing because the ship's not moving. So yeah, those programs exist, and you got to think about, man, those guys what they got these guys doing. You got to be like some type of fucking super soldier. Like, I mean, they got shit now, and your reflex better, make you faster, stronger. And if you're using these guys like the whole kite thing, yeah, you want those guys to be fucking excellent, and they are. Yeah, yeah. TikTok is super sensitive, man. Marcus, what's the deal? Philly in the building. Ringing in ears having to do, Crystal has to do with the technology. TVs and all that shit. Shit is everywhere. It's a city thing. You go outside the city, you don't hear that shit at all. But that ringing, like once in a while, that pops up. That's fucking electronic shit. It's crazy. I don't know if y'all can see. Look at this whole row of helicopters. All that shit is the tour they do here in fucking Vegas, back to back to back. That shit look like Vietnam. One, two, three, four helicopters. Like the fuck. That night tour, all that. You ever come out here, do the night tour on the chopper? It's dope. Texas in the building. What's up, Joe? Okay, for much luxury review and Shannon City. Yeah, Marcus, we probably do that this weekend, man. I was trying to get more. It was a lot of people that sent in questions, so I want to address those questions because it's really fucking good questions pertaining to Saturn Satan series and the Black Moors. Excuse me, but it's one of those things where I got to set some time aside for that because it's going to be a lot. And I got my book. I got to have my book in notes or what have you to do that one the correct way because I really want to get into some of that the insight. So basically, we had a couple people figure out what I was really talking about. So that's good. Excuse me. Aries is the ram. Spook Daddy. The Israelites were coming out the age of Aries, what represents Aries, the ram. So what does Moses represent? The ram. So you see those, and I showed you guys this too in videos. You see those depictions of Moses. Why does he have ram's horns on his head? You can Google it. Google Moses with ram's horns. That's to show you, you know, what that was all about for Aries. But it's just still giving you that whole, um, incorporating Saturn into the whole thing. Aries, the god of war. What did Moses lead these people to do? Nothing but war. All these people did was kill, rob, steal, kill. That's all they did. So when you understand, from a Greek mythology, god of war, that's fucking Moses. The guy was fucking sick. When you really pay attention, they were psychos. Like, it's crazy. When you think about what they did, kill all the males, kill all the males you kill, even the children you kill, but the women children you keep for yourself. It's pedophilia. Yeah, the Saturn hexagon is a vortex. I think they confirmed that. They think they finally confirmed that. It's a vortex. Um, so when you look at Saturn, well, according to them, because we don't fucking really know. When you look at it, I mean, that outside layer, all that shit's supposed to be a fucking storm. That it's like nothing can get through that shit for real. So I don't know what's supposed to get through there, how they get down to the surface of the planet, and what the fuck is down there. But it's hiding something. So it's like, hey, if you motherfuckers manage to get a damn, anything out there, you're not gonna be able to get it to see what's on the planet in the first place. You're not gonna go through that shit. And then remember, I showed you guys the shit is like the vortex and how wide across it is. I think it can fit like 8 Earths. I mean, that's fucking nuts. Maxwell, what's the deal? Phillies, yeah, Phillies bust ass today. The Eagles won. Lucky ass won at the end. James, yeah, more power to you. Hit them parlays. Chemtrail, the only way to combat chemtrails is to fucking detox. Plain and simple. Detox. The only way you gotta get this shit out your system. So like that shit is designed to trigger your human rhinovirus release of that. I talked about this whole thing in the COVID video. All that shit is designed to make you sick, and it happens all the time. They've been making us sick for years. What we call the cold and all that shit, cold and flu and all that stupid shit. That's them doing that to us. We didn't realize it until start putting all the information together. Yeah, you can meditate anytime. Definitely not Masons. Merkabah style Masons. That's funny. Yeah, the rainmakers of Saturn is a whole big deal because uh, they basically fucking found something making those rings, and that's whether you believe it or not. Because it's like, okay, if you found something making the rings, then that would be fucking extraterrestrial, 100% proof. And from those fucking satellite shots, which is a composite that a time lapse, that's what it looked like. So I have no fucking idea what to believe or not pertaining to that, but that's still deep, and there still would be some weird shit to make up. But everybody always been fascinated about the rings of Saturn, and the official explanation they give us of it being ice and fucking meteors and shit caught up in this gravitation or whatever. I mean, who fucking knows? We don't really know. Whenever we get into shit about outside of this world, I always look towards the Greek mythology, Egyptian teachings on the planets and everything like that, and I look at that. But I don't want to say anything that's spooky or anything like that. What fucking boggles the mind is the fact that these people talked about these planets when they shouldn't even been able to see them or know about them. That's what you can't ignore. So that's one of the things when we talk about planets. A lot of people don't believe they're real and it's bullshit. How did they know fucking thousands of years ago? I mean, how did they fucking draw Saturn? And then remember, you can see. I've seen Saturn. I've seen Saturn with my own eyes and the ring around it. I've seen it with my own eyes before. So that boggles my. I've seen it through telescopes. I've seen it a lot of times, as well as Venus and Mars. So you can see that shit is out there. It's out there. So it's like what it is, or what it officially is, and what it really is. We don't know. We're never going to know. We only can see what we can see when we see it, and whatever they show us, and that's all suspect. So, but the mythology around it, the information around it is what I look to. What matches up, what makes sense, and I go from there because a lot of that shit is it's like real spooky and weird. Priscilla, what's the deal? Thanks for watching. Excuse me. No, that was just me going away. I had a message I had to check out, Dre. Let me see. What's the focus of? A lot of people. So I put out the video on that too. Remember, so we got those rings of Saturn, but remember, there's a bigger ring around Saturn that we can't see. As you can see with infrared, and they showed that you have the rings of Saturn, and then it's this bigger, big ass red ring, uh, also around Saturn that they found, a while ago. But again, supposedly Saturn is putting out this frequency, and the whole theory is Saturn is putting out a frequency. Our moon is amplifying it and broadcasting that frequency down here and doing something. And it's what I was saying before, what they believe is slowing down atoms, if you understand. All that would be an energy that's unseen. And we know the sun speeds up atoms. And it's some kind of yin yang effect, a balance, which is allowing everything to exist the way it exists here as far as physical matter, if that makes sense. So it would be like it's putting out this energy that's affecting everything that we see as physical and allowing it to be physical. And outside of that, it's supposed to be a lot more. So, I mean, as I said, from my understanding and my research, what we call our solar system, and we've seen a bunch of supposed galaxies and Milky Ways. We don't know under what power they exist in, or what it is. We can see them, but we don't know what the fuck it is at all. But what we call this whole Milky Way and all this solar system we live in here, is supposedly being affected by this power of slowing down and speeding up the atoms to give us this physical universe that we live in. And that's how it's broken down in a lot of different ways. And because when you understand the concept of energy, and us being this energy, and everything being made of atoms, and that's energy, and we have this. Only way you can get this material is to slow it down. Is to slow down the atom to where it can be an element and make matter, and that's how it is. So what the fuck? What is that power? What the hell is going on? So now the official explanation is we don't know what the fuck it is, gravity, all this other stupid shit. But then you have the esoteric explanation that it's the sun, the moon, and Saturn, which is what you find being worshipped in the ancient world. Ancient Egyptians, everybody. You see, I showed you guys all the pictures of the carvings and reliefs from ancient back in the day shit. So again, when you look at the ancient world, the three main things that was talked about: sun, moon, Saturn. So it's deep shit. You got to really think about that. But it's a lot more to that whole shit. It's a lot more to that. Let me see. So that. How do you see planets through a telescope? It's a telescope. Google telescopes to see planets. You thought I said something foreign? You can see planets with telescopes. There's certain times of the year where planets can be seen with the naked eye. Venus can be seen with the naked eye every damn morning, depending on where you at. So if you have a telescope and you're in the right area, you can see planets. Hey, yo, listen, man, listen. When I went to fucking Thailand, I never forget that shit. That's the first time I really, really seen the fucking what's out there. It changes your perspective of everything because you see it in pictures, but when you actually see that shit with your fucking eyes, it blows your mind. So when I was in fucking Thailand, and I didn't even notice it until I got into the back of the pickup. But when I was in Thailand, I'm in a village. I'm in fucking Prat, way up north. There's no city up there. It's nothing, right? And getting to the back of the pickup, going into the village, and I just happened to look up and see the entire Orion constellation. And right there, and I'm looking over and I'm looking at constellation, and then I'm seeing fucking colors. I'm like, what the fuck? It looked like fucking like it's a TV up there. It was so clear. So I'm thinking, damn, this is what they saw thousands of years ago. They're looking up and they seeing shit moving. but seeing these formations of stars, like we live in cities. We live in cities. We're surrounded by all this ambient light, this horrible light, this light pollution, where we can't see the stars. You can't see shit the way it's supposed to be. But when you go outside of all this shit and you go to certain countries, certain parts of your state, you can look up and you can see clear as day the stars. I've seen it out at sea when I was in the Navy, and I've seen it in a lot of the countries I went to, especially Thailand, Sweden as well. Excuse me. I got to see what do you call it, solar winds and all that shit. Like you get to see so much when you go to different countries and you look up, and it changes your perspective of what's going on because we see all this shit in books and on TV, and it just don't seem real. It's like seeing some movie shit because we've seen it on TV. But when you actually see it in real life, all that shit you think was just spooky and TV bullshit, it goes out the door because you look up and you see this shit. Remember, when I was just in Mexico, I put the picture on my Instagram. I went all the way there to see this shit. It was like, okay, boom, Orion is going to be showing in Mexico. And then it was around that time of the year where you can see, the fire serpent, Quetzalcoatl. So I go, like, whenever this shit pops up around the world, if I got time, I'm on the plane. I'm there. I'm going to go see the shit. I want to see it with my own eyes. So I've done that a couple of times. I post a lot of pictures on my Instagram. I mean, going to different parts of the world to see certain astrological events and major events. And we had a lot this year, but it's a lot more coming up. So whenever that shit pops up, I'm game. I'm on the plane. I gotta go see it. I gotta go see it. It's a lot of wind going on out here, so usually that's the case. Glitchy, I don't know what's up with the signal. Yeah, my bad with the audio. It's just the wind. Yeah, Hoop Daddy. That's how Emmanuel Velikovsky broke it down with the ring makers of Saturn, or what do you say, the frequency of Saturn, and a couple other people broke it down that way. Like, and then I forget which video. I got so many fucking videos, but it's in the video, one of my videos, where I show you guys that big ring um, that they found. They've been fucking knew about it. They just want to talk about it now. The infrared that's putting out this type of. I mean, it's an energy we don't know. And it would be the same with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. We can't see that shit, but we're using it right now, all of us. What the fuck is that? Like, think about what's going on. We are so fucking spoiled, man, and we just blow shit off, dude. I'm on a fucking phone, no wires attached to this bitch. You guys are all over the fucking world, and we're talking to each other. How the fuck is that possible? Think about what we're doing right now. That's power. I mean, you say this shit 20 years ago, they're gonna laugh at you. Think about what we're doing right now. It's fucking amazing. I'm on a fucking phone and I'm talking to you guys, video chatting with you guys, and you're all over the world in different countries, different states, and we having this fucking conversation in real time, even though it's a slight delay, but basically real time. It's amazing. That's power. You can't see that. You can't see the signal coming from my phone to whatever tower is near here or whatever, what have you. But we're doing that shit, and we just take it for granted. Like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. But that's some amazing shit. I always been fascinated by cell phones because it's like, yo, what the fuck? You understand what we're doing here? It's amazing. When you study the ancient world so much, you really think about it. But then you have to also think about it as if we did this shit physically, then it had to be possible organically. And this what's been talked about. I mean, you should be able to think about a person and be able to communicate. It just makes sense. Tap into the frequency, boom, you're receiving a phone call from your homie. He meditating right now. He's telling you to get in meditate and lotus position so he can talk to you. Or just boom, you get a signal, just boom, right in your head, talk to a person. But we're kind of sort of doing that right now with technology. And if you understand, that's what they're trying to bring back. So down the line, all this shit is going to be spiritual eventually. It's a lot to it all. The Ryan Reynolds Deadpool deserved the N word pass. Oh man, I'm that's like so. I don't even give a damn about that shit. Like that N word, all that bullshit. Don't let that shit bother you. White people saying nigga all day, all the time. Trust me, they saying nigga right now. They saying it by listening to a song. They saying it half drunk. It's just like the context that you worry about it in is when a motherfucker say it to you to your face with anger. That's just saying that they racist. But that comedic shit and everything. A lot of people are so sensitive on that word. It's a fucking word, and it really means when you understand it's just a derogatory word for king. Plain and simple. No, it's not nigger. It's niggas. It's just a derogatory word for king. That's all it is. I don't get so caught up in it, but I'm gonna keep it 100% real. If a white person said it to me disrespectfully in my face, they might get these hands. It's gonna be hard to hold them back. I'm just keeping it real. I might swing, but in any type of comedic form or all that other shit, I don't let that shit bother me. I keep it moving. Saturn, Jacob, of course. Yeah, Ryan. The Northern Lights, that's what it was called. The Northern Lights is amazing, man. So on my Instagram, I put a video up of the Northern Lights one, but I also put a video up of the sun being up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So you go up there, it's called Midsummer. I think it's going on right now. It should be just getting ready to end. So up in Sweden, well, I was in Luleå, which is North Sweden, you have midsummer where the sun doesn't go down for like a couple months. It's just continuous light. And I had a chance to experience it a couple times now, and it's crazy. It's amazing because the fucking sun don't go down. It look like it's gonna go down, but then it goes right back up. Excuse me. Yeah, oh, I can imagine how they look in Africa. So when I was in Egypt, I got to see it as well. Another thing I had to make sure I went out to go and see. You look up and you see the stars and everything like that out in Egypt. You see what they saw thousands of years ago. So that's another thing. Um, so they do those night tours in Egypt where you can go to the Sphinx and you can see what the Sphinx is looking at, how they made that whole thing. And of course, around that, it's not going to be for like a long time from now, but it's different times of different years where you see different constellations. Atheism. Um, you know, a lot of people think I'm an atheist. I'm like what they call God is not. I mean, it depends on if you're seeing God, the creator of everything we see. I mean, the entire universe, all of it. That's wrong because they point to that God being a being. Or if you want to say the creator, which would be basically the creator of us, excuse me, which would be a being anyway. God, in terms of a being that created all, is not a being. A being, a physical being, could not have created the entire universe because what created it? You know what I'm saying? It's physical. So something had to create it. So to say that there's a God or, because atheists don't believe in, well, some of them don't know what they believe in. So some say there's no such thing as a God. And then some say, I believe in a creator or what have you. But saying there's no such thing as a God would be the correct thing to say because it's like, what is God? And then what is a creator? So a creator would be what created us. That's how I look at a creator, what created physical. Because what created, the planets and everything else is it's a consciousness. You understand? So putting a God under a being is completely wrong. It's something you can't do because that being would have to be created. It's like what they be saying about the universe, the Big Bang, and all that. Like, okay, so the Big Bang is supposed to have created the universe, but okay, in what space did the Big Bang take place in? That would have to be a universe. That space would have to already exist. This is why I always say there never was a beginning, there will never be an end. Existence has always existed. If you can wrap your head around that, you can understand a lot more. There has always been existence. What's happening here is something completely different. This is that consciousness experiencing physical reality in the flesh, something they can't do in the spiritual. It needs to be in the body. Now, man, I want to get into all that. It's like so many fucking stories. But if you look at the tree of life or flower of life, and look at the Kabbalah, the Kabbalah, you understand like these levels, and that at the bottom you see Malakuf, that us being at this lower level, and then it's so much more above us. And it's like you got to start somewhere. This is the lowest form of existence, man. Like this shit is so primitive when you really understand. Like I said, you guys experience real power every time you go to sleep. You can create everything. You look at all the shit you can make right now in your mind. You can see it all. When you go to sleep, you can create all this shit. There's nothing for your subconsciousness. You can create everything. And you in Vegas, you chilling, and you can create it all. And in there, you are way more powerful than you are right now. Now you're limited to the physical, but out there in that dream world, you're fucking all powerful. You're just not conscious of it. So you got to look at that. But you got to think about a creator versus a God and existence itself. Existence has always existed. There never was a beginning. There'll never be an end. If there was a God, a physical being that created everything, again, you have to ask yourself, who created that being? All right, so when the Bible says in Genesis, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and the earth was without form and void, right? So he created the heavens, which was supposed to be up there, space, and the earth. Okay, so where was God when he did that? Was he in heaven? He created the heavens. Where was he? What space was he in when he did that? Wouldn't that space be called space? You understand? That gives you the understanding that there never was a beginning. There was the beginning of our creation, but as far as all the universe or what have you, it has always been here. We have not always been here, right? So you gotta understand what they're talking about when you get into all that. But as far as atheism and all that stuff, like, I don't like those terms unless you want to be under those terms. Then that's everybody's prerogative. But me personally, I don't like any titles. Don't call me an atheist, definitely not a Christian or anything like that. I'm just whatever the truth is. Truther. I'll take that one. But I'm not with no woke or Me Too movement and all this stupid shit. Like that's just people trying to put titles on you so they know how to attack you. You know what I'm saying? So once the people can put you in a title or assign a title to you, they know how to combat you and they know how to attack you. But when you standing on truth, then they gotta come with truth. They gotta come with facts and proof. They can't they can't bullshit you because that's what you're standing on. But as soon as you say, "Oh, I'm coming with Islam or what have you," all this other bullshit, then they know how to attack you. They know what to say. The combat. Hey, what's going on, buddy? They know what to say. So I don't like none of them titles. I usually just stick by, just truth, and that's just the best way to go. It's the best way to go. You about truth, you standing on that, and when you come with any type of information, just make sure you got some truth to back it up, and I stand on that. Yeah, there's a depiction of Serapis as a snake, but that's just them trying to fucking do everything they can to put that understanding into the Egyptians' head. So So rapist is depicted in so many different forms, but it's all bullshit. It's just them because you have this whole cultus of rapists and this whole worship of some rapists that existed. And hey, they got the fucking Greeks to buy into it, their own people, because they was the one pushing that shit. But the Egyptians weren't buying into none of that bullshit. They was not because they already knew what was going on, so they didn't buy into that. That's why the whole fucking Judaism was created. Because one, you have to start with the children. The same thing they're doing to this day. You're not going to be able to indoctrinate many adults. We all learned Christianity and all that shit growing up in church. We got all these warm and fuzzy feelings from being a kid going to church. It's hard to be a grown ass adult who never experienced Christianity as a kid and then become a Christian. It's like, man, this shit's stupid. There's some emotional shit attached to it, and you jump into it, or you just so blind as an adult that you buy into this shit hook, line, and sinker. Because I mean, think about the consciousness of a person that's a Christian. You slow. I don't give a fuck what you are. I don't give a fuck if you're a fucking doctor, Lord. If you fell for that Christianity shit, something wrong with you. Because it's just outside of fucking reality. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It just don't make no sense. But yeah, so rapist thing is just just that's all it is. The rapist in many different aspects. They were smart. The Egyptians figured that shit out. They came up with the Judaism thing and they indoctrinated the youth. Same thing they did with Islam. You start with the kids. So once you're teaching the kids, you already know it's going to spread because the kids learn that way. Then they're going to grow up with that learning and spread it, and then so on and so forth. The past generation is done. They're going to be done or away with. But the kids is who they come after, and they start teaching the kids, and the kids grow up with this information. They pass it down, and then it's like a whole tradition slash, teaching, and that's how it spreads, and that's how all that shit spreads. I talked about Jupiter ascending in a couple of videos actually. Deep movie, so much in that movie. Yeah, the Illuminati cards is made by somebody who already knew. I mean, what's it? Uh, Orson Welles or H.G. Wells. Listen, 1984. Come on, everything he said in 1984 came true. So it's just a person that's in. These Masons know. They know what's going on. They know the agenda. A lot of us can just figure that shit out. Anybody that's conscious, if you're conscious and you're really doing this research, if you're like a forecaster, that's one of the things I could consider myself to be. And you know what's coming. You can kind of sort of look and see. And a lot of these guys that are in are scared to say anything about any of that shit because they don't want to affect their livelihood and their checks, so they keep their mouth shut. Let me scroll down here. Your questions popped up. Yeah, anything? Jacob. Yo, listen, man. It would seem as if it is, but there are rules. So if time travel was real, like these people know. That's one of the things I'm convinced of. Like how they fucking know future events. Like I'm like I always get into the sports shit because they showing you so many times how they know what's going to happen, and then sometimes it's like how the fuck can they know? But you can see that they know. They have predicted so many sporting events and showed us so many things about sports that's come true. It's crazy. Okay, we caught on to the whole logo shit. So for a long time, it was back to back to back years where the colors in the Super Bowl logo matched the teams that was in the Super Bowl, and those logos came out before the fucking championship games. So how the fuck did they know? You understand? So remember, it's a video that just surfaced not too long ago. You guys probably seen it. Some people think it's doctored or it's all fucking AI, but it don't look AI to me. But remember, it's the video with Shaq, and Shaq said that he knew they was going to win the championship. before they got to the championship. He said how Phil was already booking a fucking ticket to Indiana, what have you, before they even fucking won the game. So he's like, he said his rings were not. He already knew he was gonna win those rings. So think about shit like that, and I believe that shit. So a lot of that shit is like, man, it's agenda behind it all. They know. Remember when Eagles won the Super Bowl? I had already predicted that shit. I said that shit on fucking on Instagram. I told everybody Eagles was gonna win, and I bet I won 9 grand off of that shit. I wish I would have bet more, but I was sure because there was so many signs that pointed to that. What happened with our quarterback? Same thing happened to our fucking quarterback coach. The same teams we played that year, right? The same teams we played that year when we went to the Super Bowl against New England the first time, we played that year. Now, who do we go to the Super Bowl against? New England. It was too much. It was too much crazy coincidence shit that you saw beforehand that pointed to the Eagles winning the Super Bowl and they fucking won. So it's like I said, a lot of that shit. Same thing with fucking Kansas City Chiefs. We all know. Everybody knew. Like when the Eagles just went last year, I knew we was going to lose to Kansas City. You can see that writing on the wall. They owed Andy Reid that ring for giving Tom Brady ring number 7. No fucking way in the world Todd Bowles is that good. The fucking Chiefs laid down to give Tom Brady ring number 7, and they owed Andy Reid. And it just so happens that Andy Reid get to go to the Super Bowl against his old fucking team and beat them. So it's fucking like some shit you could just see. But it makes it seem like these people can travel time. But if you understand universal law, there would be no point in that because they can't really change anything. They can't do nothing that would hinder choice in that way. But they can observe. They can observe. And that would be enough. But observe to what point? Betting it would seem like an awful lot to do to simply observe. But and then any movement you would make having that knowledge, it would have to be real delicate because you couldn't affect um, a choice. So that's why in all these time travel cartoons or movies, there's always some shit in that thing like, oh, you can't do this because it's going to affect the future. You can't do this. That's implying that there are rules. It's showing you it's rules. Because why can't you? You can do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're implying that there's rules to the whole thing. Ah, Crystal, hell yeah. I mean, think about that. Think about that. That's another one. Seahawks should have ran the ball. You got fucking beast mode. You got a dude named Beast Mode who got y'all down there, by the way. You need a fucking yard. What was it, a yard, 2 yards? And you throw the ball, and it just so happened he jumped the ball way early. He knew where it was going. He knew, remember, he came out and said later on, oh, well, he said, Parcells told him, not Parcells, the coach told him that if they run this play to jump it, so he already knew ahead of time. He was out of breath and he said it, and it just so happened to be the game, the play that decided the game. Get the fuck out of here! That shit is rigged like a motherfucker. Hey, yo, don't send no money on this thing, man. My bad. Whoever sent money, just for anybody that's new, please don't send money to this thing. YouTube do not give us this money. I don't want y'all sending money to these people so they can float loans. Don't send no money to this shit. I got YouTube. Well, they wait a month to give us this money. It's not worth it. Keep that money. Don't let these fucking bastards float loans with y'all shit. Cause that's all they doing. Anything that slows or speeds up affects time. Plain and simple. If something's slowing down movement or speeding up movement, it's going to affect time. It's just like common sense. It's just what's going to happen. Um, but time is like so weird, man, because it's like you only really have to worry about time if you're under time. I have a whole video on time, and I broke that whole thing down. You only have to really worry about it if you're under time, because man, if you ain't got these motherfuckers, bums out here with no job, well, they still affected because excuse me, they know at a certain time they can't lay here or they can't sleep here. So you're only really affected by time if you're under time, plain and simple. So as soon as you put yourself on a clock, you're on a clock. So you got to be to work, you're on the clock. Your whole day is conducive to you having to go to work. You gotta be to work at a certain time. You gotta take lunch at a certain time. You get off at a certain time. Pick the kids up from school at a certain time. You want to cook dinner at a certain time. You want to go to bed by a certain time. So time is controlling everything. That's Saturn. It's Chronos. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, listen, that's so much, and we all know. For those who do know, gramatria and sports, it's like they go hand in hand. You just got to figure that shit out, and it's obviously a lot of people who have. So one of the things I knew. Remember, that dude came out and put $2 million on the Eagles to win. That was enough said right there. He knew something. So you see that shit a lot. You see people putting out crazy numbers on certain things ahead of time, and it kind of you scratch your head like, maybe they know something. So I look for that type shit. But I always like when I got time, I always look into anything. You know, everything is tradition with these people. Excuse me. Everything is tradition. So I always looking for what happened around this time. In the last 5 years or so that matches up. It's always something to that effect. Like this happened, and then somehow it's related to this team, and that's how we know who's going to be, participating in the Super Bowl or playoffs or what have you. So it's just crazy. And I mean, like last year, like nobody should be watching football right now unless you betting. If you fucking watch football because of the home team and all that fucking shit, you stupid. You're wasting your time. This shit is rigged. Because this year, everybody should be fucking pissed off because we knew fucking Taylor Swift was going to win the fucking Super Bowl. Taylor Swift won the Super Bowl. We all knew. That shit was so corny. Like, oh my God. Like, how fucking stupid is the people? That's like so fucking obvious who was going to win. Anybody was fucking biting their nails and scratching, like, you're slow. You don't get it yet. No fucking way in the world. So they basically told you who was going to win that shit. Just people didn't believe it because it was like, nah, they're not going to make it that easy. And they fucking did. Fucking they won. Like it was just like, oh shit. Well, you know who to bet on, and they still was the underdogs, which thank goodness they was because I of course bet on the Chiefs because that's where the money was at. But calm the fuck on, man. Like really, y'all gonna show us all fucking year Swift and her and fucking Kelsey and all this shit, and they won. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. 49ers fans will forever hate the Chiefs for that shit. Yeah, time travel will never be real. It's not something that it's something that is theoretically possible. When you think about it, as far as what CERN is doing, you think about it, it's not so much of a concept because it should be possible, but it's just like I mean, like the process of making something like that happen, it's crazy. So again, like I talked about with CERN, and it's giving more validity to everything, as I said before, with Saturn and the Sun, the slowing down of atoms. But CERN speeding them the fuck back up with that Hadron Collider and supposedly, opening portals. It's like the reverse of what's going on here and what that should do. What's outside of here? If this shit is all slowed down into matter, what's outside of this shit? It's just something to think about. Because again, man, we've seen so many videos of these beings coming down as energy, and you have to think about that. The only way you would be able to come down to being here, you would have to be something completely different outside of our understanding of atoms. Because we think we're looking at material, everything that we survey as being, made of atoms. But what is it? What if there's something more or something else besides atoms, right? Because one, that would challenge any type of ghost or fucking being coming down as a spiritual being of light. When if they're made of atoms, and once they enter here, they should automatically become physical because in this area, everything is being slowed down by the power of Saturn, the sun, and the moon. So how could you come down here in a light form and not be slowed down into a physical form? So what are you? You understand? Like what is that? And it's what we would call alien, and it would be a fucking whole type of makeup that we can't even fathom. We can't even understand. So it's something to think about because whatever created these bodies that we have is completely different, way past our understanding of existing or what have you. Because that's some powerful shit, super powerful shit. But I think we'll get an answer to that eventually. The sky could be CGI. You know what's that movie? Is it King Kong versus Godzilla? Just came out when he take the fucking tree and he throw that shit up in the sky. He throw it towards the sun, but then he hit a screen and the screen crack because he's in a fucking simulation. They're trying to simulate his Skull Island. I mean, you see that in so many movies, man, and it's something to think about. It's something to think about because I mean, I'm looking at the moon right now, and there's the moon. Don't the moon? It looked like it's inside the planet with us. It's supposed to be far away outside the planet, but it looked like we can see sky behind the moon. You understand? It's a weird thing, and it's like it seems like it's in here with us, and there's something over all of this. So I don't put it past up there being I don't want to say CGI because it's computer shit. It's something beyond our understanding, but yeah, it's definitely not what they fucking telling us. Oh yeah, so in the because people ask about this, you guys will see a lot more tomorrow. I have a video coming out that's going to break this stuff down. But I wanted to come out and do the live and explain a little bit further because the price is low now. It's going to go up. It's going to be $500. So that link in the description for Merkabah Scholar Society, it comes with all the videos. So it comes with all the videos, and it comes with membership. But the thing is this, the catch 22. Not everybody's going to get in. So you can go ahead and pay for it now, and we'll once we you get the email, you have to fill out this. It's a criteria portion you got to fill out, and um, and then we'll see who gets in. And then if you don't get in, you get your money back. But most likely, if you're seeing this here, if you're on my lives, I know who you guys are. The emails are so familiar. I see a lot of the emails. I know a lot of these names. So not everybody will get in, but most of you guys will that I know of, especially the guys that comes here. But you still got to fill out that form and the information, and it just answer a few questions, and yeah, then we'll see because it's set up a way to figure out where you at, not your location, but I'm talking about where you at mentally, where your scholarship is. So I'm not gonna get too deep into it here. I have a whole video coming out that's gonna break down and explain all that shit. So yeah, if you want to get in now at that price, it's $89.99. It comes with all the videos. But after that, it's going to go up. So I'm going to do it now, probably for the next couple of days, because a couple of things I got to put together first. So I wanted to put it here for my late night scholars that will be coming out to make it at a low price now because it's going to go up. I put out never pay again membership for 500 when I first put it up. This is going to go up for 500 and it will not ever go back down again because it's so much that's going to be involved in this to where I want people that's serious about it to be involved. So yeah, like I said, I don't want to get too much into it now, but the video's coming out, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. So you guys start seeing the logo, and you'll see. So when you join, you'll get the email. It's a whole separate email you'll get. In it, you'll get the information for the email one, the Facebook, the Instagram, um, and oh yeah, the live stream. So you'll see how that account works out, where you can be involved in the lives, just like we did with the Black Awards. So you'll be able to access that. Then you'll be able to get a lot of updated information and just basically alerts on everything that's coming up within that society. So it's a lot to it. So again, you guys will see the video coming out soon. You know how I do promos and all that shit, so you'll see what I'm talking about. But definitely going to be something completely different. But I think it's going to be cool. I think it's needed because, as you guys can see, man, sometimes I'm on here, but I'm fucking blocking people. I don't know if you guys can see all the boo boos that pop up in the chat. I try to I'll go one right now. It's the game squeeze. Like, who the fuck comes on here and say, "Shut up, bro"? Peace. You shut the fuck up. So, Kai, I appreciate you, Kai. Who's it? Kai Griffin. So yeah, you got a lot of boo boos that come on here, and just people come on here, just like it's. I don't got time for that shit. I want to get into some real information and real shit, and but I want to be able to teach people how to fucking research. Like I talk about it on here, but you guys got to know it's a way to do this shit. Like it's not just fucking going online and looking up shit. There is a fucking there is a what's the best way to say it? There is a fucking critical way of doing research. It involves a lot of critical thinking. Like the way you should be looking at shit, it's how you should be looking at research and doing your research. And it's going to seem simple, but it's not. It's not simple at all. But it's going to seem that way. But research is everything. And those who understand what I mean when I say research. So it's not I'm not saying just going online and looking up shit and googling shit. There's more to it than that. It's a way to do this shit. But once you start learning how to actually do real research and look into things, it's going to open up your fucking vocabulary one, but it's going to just open up your mind to a lot of shit that you didn't know how to really get information on. And that's what I've been doing for a long time. A lot of people always ask me, "Yo, how the fuck do you know all this shit? Like, how did you figure all this shit out?" And a lot of it was the old way. It was the old way, just reading books or going to the library. Motherfuckers forget about the library. We still got libraries. And in libraries is books. I don't know if y'all know that. It's a lot of books. But then you can go to, there's a whole section, well, depending on what city, I don't know if every city got it. But there's a whole section of rare books. You can go to the front desk and fucking ask the librarian, what's the oldest books you have on this subject? And then you start finding books and you're like, oh shit. And then in it is just so much fucking information. Who was that found that old ass book not too long ago? Fucking old book with the maps in it. The map completely different. And then they try to say, oh, it's fucking just somebody's imagination. But this fucking map was like the flat earth map that this person had found in his book. And it's old as shit. I think it was like fucking 14th century or some shit like that. But books, man, like the older the better. The older the better. And because they talk about shit the way it was back then and kind of give you more insight into how shit was and what you need to be looking for. So I like those old books. Like it's talking about how shit was and the way people thought and was thinking back then. It gives you a lot of insight. It helps out with your research. No, you need no college degree to join D Griff. You good. Like listen, man, don't let these motherfuckers get y'all with this degree shit. I got multiple degrees. Like I'm not using none of them. Like I'm not using them. I'm not fucking using any of them right now. It don't matter. Like if you go to school and you get that shit and that's what you want to do, you want to make a career off of your degree and that's good. Because that's gonna be the way you fucking raise your family and feed yourself off of your career. But it's gonna open up a lot more doors for you having that degree. But you don't need no damn degree, man. Y'all should know that by now. You got fucking teenagers, man. You got little kids making millions of dollars off of TikTok and fucking YouTube. So it's the times we're living in now. So yeah, definitely don't need no degree to join. It's just some questions I need people to answer first. That and answering those questions is going to allow me to know where you at. And it's like a little mini test, but not really. Nothing to be scared about. It's shit you should know, but it's just how it's put that's going to let me know what I need to know. It's plain and simple. But even if you don't get accepted, you'll still be able to keep, of course, all the videos, and you'll get your money back. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Jacob, I appreciate you. Yeah, like a critical thinking. Like it was like what I was saying before. People don't be thinking critically. Like critical thinking is it's the difference between you being a fucking Christian and conscious. Because one, and it's gonna seem so simple. It's gonna seem so simple, but it's not because that's showing you one, religion truly is spiritual, but it's spiritual. It's conducive to where the person is at mentally. Because you could be spiritual and have thoughts and everything about Christianity and thinking about it, but you're not really emotionally into it. You understand? Then it's like being a critical thinker and saying, there's no fucking way this shit is true. No fucking way. Because there's a lot of if then that you have to go through in your mind, and it's going to just lead you to the fact that this is some bullshit. Because the straight, flat out, common sense thing, excuse me, is the fact that prayer doesn't work. Prayer do not work in the sense, the biblical sense, the way we've been taught by these churches. Meditation, it does, but not the way they're saying it with prayer. Oh, you pray and it's supposed to come like that. It's not. Because one, think about it, it still has to happen. So, okay, case in point, let's say you pray that you drive off in your car, right? I'm going to sit here and pray that I'm able to walk over to my car and drive away, right? Simple fucking thing. Guess what? You got to do it. You got to still walk the fuck over there, get in your car, and drive off. That's the same thing with anything you pray for. So if you're praying for this job, you still got to go and apply for the fucking job. Understand? If you're praying for this new car, you still got to get the money somehow and go fucking buy the car. So versus with meditation, you're programming yourself to do that. So case in point, back to walking to the car, I'm going to meditate on walking to the car and see myself walking over to the car. Hey, I'm gonna get up and walk to the car now. It's the same basic thing with anything else. Oh damn, I want to do this. So you thinking of a plan. It's just now things are more critical. Now things are more complex as far as walking to a car and driving off versus buying a car and driving off. That involves more. But it's the same process. Hey, I need to work here, save X amount of dollars, do this, do that, and then I can get the car. Let me meditate on that and program myself to do that. So now I did that. Now I program myself to wake my ass up on time, be to work on time, get my paycheck, save that fucking money from this paycheck, and keep that process going. So, what that involves? Okay, I'm supposed to be saving money for a car. My homie called me up. Yo, you want to hit the club this weekend? No, I don't want to spend that money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part of the programming. I program myself to not go to the club, to not, I'm in the mall, all this shit for sale. I program myself not to buy none of this shit because I'm trying to save for the fucking car. And if you don't cheat yourself, and you stay conducive to your programming, to your meditation, that's the path you're going to walk. It sounds so fucking simple, but it's that simple, and people don't follow it, and then they go against themselves. That's what we call demons. That's Satan, because you're appealing to your materialistic side and it's hindering you from progress. It's the yin. It's the yin. So that's what happens. So then when they say the devil is responsible for it all, blame it on the devil, that's all that shit is true, but the devil is you. The devil is you. Your own demon, your own worst enemy is yourself. It's yourself. So you have to program yourself to not fall victim to yourself. Because at the end of the day, What the fuck is holding you back? It's you. Hey, I want to get a car. Okay, so fucking go get it. What's stopping you? You got two arms, two legs. You can go work. You can get the shit. What's stopping you? You. So you mean to tell me if you fucking go to work and you save your money, you're not gonna be able to get the car? What's stopping you? Only you, unless the motherfucker come up and rob you. But that's your fault for allowing that shit to happen. You shouldn't have had your money showing or in a position to get robbed. So it's a lot, you know. It's a lot. Still, it's just shit you make, decisions, choices, leads you to where you are, and that's where you are. That's how you got there. Yeah, library got a lot of hidden gems. Bookstores too, yeah. Jeremy, what's the deal? Yeah, I know I'll be on here giving up a lot of good games. Talking, man. It's so much more we can get into, but I don't want to fucking get into on here because it involves too much talking. It's too much. I don't have my photos. You guys know how I like to show photos. I like having my pictures and my proof when I'm talking. And that's why when I do my videos, I'm always showing pictures and everything like that because I like to be able to back up what I say and show. Not just that, because one, the visualization helps with your understanding, and you can understand more. You know, reading from certain things, you can understand more. So I like being able to do that. And when we get into the lives, like we did with the Black Amours lecture, I was able to show you guys pictures and everything to help out. Even the process was kind of slow, but it'll be much faster for the Scholar Society because it'll be completely different. And like I said, moving to this house soon, and I want to have a whole area to do podcasts. But you know, that's going to probably be for. I'll probably still do podcasts, but I really want us to have a space where I can have my whiteboard and be able to show slides and everything like that. You know, slides is good. When you're doing a lecture and you can have slides, that way you can have it set up to show your photos or your videos live in person or what have you. So it's something I want to do, and that's what I'm working towards. Timeri, um, I'm thinking about Zip Tepi, my bad. I heard that before. Man, it's a lot of new people coming out saying a lot of fucking weirdo shit that don't add up. But it sparks people interest, and that's what it's about right now. Anytime you can get clicks and likes and all that type of shit, and spark interest and get views, they're making money off that shit now. So now people just coming out saying anything. Everything is just radical and crazy because your attention is money. It's money for them. So if you look at it on YouTube, you see a lot of shit on the top. These motherfuckers got all these AI photos up there. Mike Tyson fighting a bear. Motherfucking bear look like he's really in the ring with Mike Tyson. Shit like that. All that shit is clickbait. Clickbait for people to jump on there. Views go up, but it's all bullshit. I mean, you only can really get away with it once. If you fall for it again, that's on you. But I really don't fucking pay too much time, put too much time into what a lot of people are saying because if I can't find it or make it make sense with everything, then I don't even go there. Like you'll get to a point where you know what can be possible because somebody will say something, and if you're knowledgeable, it'll click with all the rest of the information. And it'll fit. It happens a lot when you fucking studying and being into your research a whole lot. You'll see something, and it'll fucking just click with everything. So, like case in point, with fucking me going to Triple Hathor and Dendera and Kemet and looking up and seeing those stars and the water on the ceiling. And it just clicked with the firmament. It's like, oh shit, that's where they had to get it from. Because everything is describing with the firmament you can see up there on the ceiling. right, let me see. Well, if you Google Serapis Christos, it actually tells you that the image of Jesus Christ came from Serapis Christos because it's older than Caesar Borgata one. So again, I showed you guys the photo of that I took myself in the Cairo Museum of Serapis. It's right there. It's old, and that's where it came from. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Look like Jesus to me, right? So understand this is hundreds of years before Jesus. What do they look like to you? Look closer. You see bird? What they look like to you? So yeah, that's I took this picture myself in the Cairo Museum. Uh, and yes, that's the same eagle. Excuse me, let me show you guys. Where have you seen that before? Seen it on your money, on your coins. So you see where they stole all that shit, where they said it came from. Why is that looking like Jesus Christ? Come on now. This is way before Jesus. Way before Jesus. So as again, I was saying that because I wanted to show some people that before Christ was created, they was already trying to get us to worship them or worship God as a white man. So somebody blowing, smell weed, smell good. Yeah, man. And then like, people always say, I mean, information is free. Like information is free. It's all out there. It's everywhere. Anybody can get it. Anybody can learn. Anybody can study. But there is a reason why we have schools. Reason why we have teachers. The reason why the shit is set up that way. Because I was already there, one, having all this fucking information, but not being able to put it together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just how life goes. You're born, your parents who have already experienced most of their life or a lot of their life, they have a lot of experience. So they have a lot to teach you. They don't say to their child, hey, all this shit is free to learn, go figure it the fuck out on your own. It's things you have to teach first. So they have the tools to go figure out the rest on their own. That's how it goes. A lot of people say certain shit because one, they don't want to buy anything. A lot of people just fucking keep the shit. And a lot of people get upset because they can't afford something, so they say shit like that. And a lot of people just don't want to see a black person make any kind of money at all. That's just how it fucking goes. Like, and people gonna be upset. So I had like already six people already bought it for eight. Since I've been six people. That was more than fucking people paying the fucking $12. I never got when I've been doing these lives for a while now, right? Remember I was selling the fucking Blackamore shit for $12.99. I never had six people buy it on live. So far six people bought the fucking Merkabah Society Scholars Society membership already. Six people so far. I didn't have six people pay the 12. So that goes to show you how people feel about certain things, and it's how shit go. I had more people fucking send support after I didn't need it no more than when I needed it. So when I won the fucking two parlays, I was cool. I didn't need the money no more. So, but I had more people start fucking buying the shit after I don't need the shit. That's that white folk shit. Like you go to the bank and you need a loan, but they don't give it to you because you need it. But a person who walks in and fucking has millions of dollars and asks for a loan, they get the loan. I never understood that shit. I understand it business wise, but it's like, damn, you got a fucking good idea and you need help to make it a big deal or make a lot of money from it. You should support that if the person is showing you that they can turn their idea into a lot of money. I think it's worth the support, but banks don't work that way. So the world don't work that way, I guess. But I appreciate you guys who understand and have supported the six of you. I'm not gonna go through names right now because I didn't see. I just seen it pop up on my phone. D Griff, yeah, but the Audi, you already know that's how it is, man. Like people, I never seen. Like I always used to hear that shit, and I never wanted to believe it because I was like, you know, I, I was around a lot of fucking people getting money, and I seen support, but then I had to realize, shit, I was outside the country most of the time, and it's just like, I was quick into the military, so I was my time in America, being young in Philly and everything like that was over quick. I was in a DEP program at 16. I left for the Navy early. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, I've been around professionals. People who've been doing shit professional way, and it's always been love and support. Somebody's wife selling cookies or their kid selling candy for school, we all chip in and support. So I was like, I'm used to that. But it's to always hear people say, oh, black people, we don't support each other. And it's just like, I support black people all the time, looking at it from my point of view. Or I see black people supporting black people all the time. But it's not until you actually go out and try to do something business wise yourself that you realize how fucked up this shit is. Y'all don't understand how much. See, people be talking shit about me selling the videos. Do you guys understand how much I've been scammed? I've been scammed by so many people, and I didn't think it would ever happen to me because I'm like, who am I? Why the fuck are you scamming me? You're supposed to be conscious. Do you know how many people I had buy flash drives and then go run to their bank and fucking report it as fucking a fraud, a scam after they got it, after it was shipped? I had people buy the flash drive, download all the fucking videos, and then send the flash drive back and say they didn't want it no more or it wasn't as described. And PayPal gave them their fucking money. See, a lot of people don't think about that shit. A lot of people don't think about like what goes into this whole thing. You know, the people who download bought digital downloads and then dispute that shit with their bank. Now, for the most part, they don't win it, but it's a couple people who won, and then I'm out of the money. You know what I'm saying? So, and then for a long time, PayPal didn't let you really dispute digital sales. They'll just get a person their fucking money. That's how PayPal works. They take the money. They don't give a shit until it's all figured out. You know what I'm saying? But there was, I had to protect myself. So, like, it's a couple people that actually sent legal papers to to get my shit back. And it worked, though. It worked. But this is the type of shit we do to each other, man. It's the type of shit how it happens. Nobody wants to fucking support, or they don't think it's worth what it's worth. Whatever. If that's the case, then don't buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do it. But I didn't used to like to think we didn't support each other. But once the more I got out, the more I started hanging around or being around certain fucking groups and seeing certain things. But especially once coming into business for myself, I seen how fucking shady it is. Like I used to think only fucking white people did certain shit. Man, niggas will call fucking customer service on your ass. They will fucking go to the BBB. The niggas will do all kinds of white people shit. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, especially that fucking reporting your shit to the bank as being a fraudulent transaction. I had so many people scam me and doing that shit, man. So like when people be fucking talking about this and that, and it's so much shit that I've been through, and so much money I've lost doing what I do. It's just how it goes. But the people who support, I appreciate it. The people who understand what's going on here, I appreciate the support. Joy boy, still appreciate it. Yeah, you see, I started till my dad got me the car. Oh yeah, right. Man, like listen, man, the fucking hate be so real, bro. That shit be so real, man. I never thought I'd get a fucking email from black people hating. Like what the fuck type shit? I never thought I would get an email from fucking black people doing some fucking caring shit. Like what the fuck? Motherfucker sent me a whole email saying, "Oh, ain't nothing wrong with you. You trying to scam people out of fucking money. You ain't going through no shit." And I sent them a whole bunch of fucking information and photos showing them. Like they're like, where the fuck is your mind at? Like that's like again critical thinking. It don't make sense. Been on doing this shit for what over a decade. The one time in over a fucking decade I come on here and ask for fucking help, it has to be real. Like what the fuck? Like it has to be something going on. So it's like again, like people, like I know a lot of people be fucking conspiracy theorists. Excuse me, and like this shit really fucks up a lot of people's head getting into this information. A lot of people can't handle it because they don't know how to fucking discern reality from the conspiracy. Now everything's a fucking conspiracy. Everybody looking over their fucking shoulders, but everybody's scared of shit now. Every little thing. Like you're going to be able to tell who the real ones is. You should be able to easy. Like you don't got to take my clues, but it's easy to see. Pay attention to the platform. I'm trying to tell y'all. A lot of y'all people think certain people doing some shit for the people, and they not. Pay attention to the platform. You're not getting celebrities on your fucking podcast if you're fucking not in. You're not getting nobody's coming on your podcast and you're a celebrity if you're not in. You're not fucking making those rounds if you're not in. They won't allow you to. You're not going to get the fucking invite, man. You got to be in. You got to be in. And then, like the ones who not, but they took the fucking invite. Guess what? They in. They're in now. Maybe your first time, but once you take it and you're in, you're in. There is no going back. There is no. So now when I say that, pay attention to everybody that's been on certain platforms. Pay attention. A lot of these guys you people look up to. But pay attention. Again, I'm gonna say it again. You are not getting on the Breakfast Club and all these platforms if you're not in. Why would they ever do that? Think about it. Think about it. They're not gonna. Like, how do you even get the fucking invite? Who did they call? How did they get your number? And everybody like, man, stop playing. Man, don't get me started with this shit, boy. Because I start going in on a lot of people. I don't want to do all that. I expose a lot of folks. It's easy for me to expose all these motherfuckers because I can see it. Y'all can't see that shit. I can see it. You can easily tell, clear as day. You can look at it and tell. I know how that shit works. And you're not gonna ever see me on that shit. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Invite to so much of that shit. No, turn it down. Not going. I'm not taking that money. So then, by me not taking that money, and by me trying to do other shit to get money, because I'm not fucking stinking rich, I still got a family to feed. I still got shit I got to do. I still got time. I need to be paid for. By me not taking that money and doing shit the way that's beneficial to us, then I'm the fucking scammer. I'm the fucking scammer. I'm the fucking one I'm the one that's all about fucking money. You know what I'm saying? That's how that shit works. That shit is so crazy. It's so crazy. Versus the motherfucker that's on all these shows and programs and all that, getting all this tour money, doing circuit to circuit on all these fucking come up shows and fucking all this shit. They're getting crazy paid money. And the only reason why motherfuckers is, glassy eyes staring at them is because they on these platforms that celebrities been on. But then you're supposed to be conscious, but you're not seeing that shit. That's why I say all these people fake as fuck. They don't know what the fuck they paying attention to. Why would you ever fucking listen to a motherfucking this fucking guy? Who the fuck is his name? I forget his fucking name already. Why would you ever listen to this dude when he said he fucking in contact with fucking aliens? Come on, man. There's so many of these people that's like so easy for you to see right through them. You're not going to be on certain platforms, man. You're just not going to be able to be on it without you being in and being a part of the disinformation campaign. There's a lot of fucking agents, a lot of insiders, man, and that's their job to come on here and mix that information. It should be easy for you to see if you're actually conscious. right? But it's a lot of people that took the money though. It's a lot of people that took it. What's the deal? I'm out here every night, man. I'm staying here. I'm a guest. Yeah. Yeah, you cool. Yeah. Cat Williams said exactly the same shit he been saying for a long time. Plain and simple. And then yeah, everybody act like yeah, like that's how that shit go. But it's about what they promote because a lot of people not realizing it's about promotion. Like you can be a nobody, a nothing, but if they put your ass on TV and keep putting you on social media and promoting you, then you're popular. You're what's popping now. Look at Cobby Lane. Cobby Lane, this motherfucker walks out and just put his hands out. He makes funny ass observations about things and it's fucking amazing. But it's hilarious, and that's the whole point about social media because then we can share shit. You share it, and then other people share it, but it has to be put out there by the algorithm so everybody get it. What's happening with it? If the algorithm is constantly putting out your information and you're seeing it, and people seeing it, it's like what I'm saying now. Shadow ban is the reverse. So you being shadow banned and you can't see, everybody can't see what you're posting versus them blowing your shit up. So that makes you question what is going viral. What is going viral? Going viral is these motherfuckers allowing you to go viral. You know what I'm saying? They're allowing that shit because they can just as easily suppress your share. All right, you understand what I'm saying? They can easily suppress your share. You think you shared it, but not everybody's going to see it. They'll make five of your friends see that shit. That's it. So what is that? Like, pay attention to who they showing. And now he got fucking Bad Boys, fucking Robert Downey Jr. Fucking like this. He been in promos for so many movies. All this dude is doing is not even speaking. Not even speaking. Not saying that it's not wrong with that. The dude is fucking hilarious. I love all his shit. But it's like that's about one. The dude got so popular. They figured it was gonna be funny. A lot of people talking about him. Okay, we're gonna boost this shit more. Now we can use this guy to help us promote Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's a part of the whole shit. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's a lot of fucking Karens, man. A lot of niggas is Karens. They fucking a lot of niggas is Karens, bro. They be talking all that white people shit. They be doing the same exact shit, same exact shit all the fucking time. And like, if I didn't experience it myself, I wouldn't believe it either. But I've been through the shit. I've experienced and do the shit. So I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Marcus, go ahead and get some rest, bro. I appreciate it. Well, East Coast time, it's late over there. Yes, we still got 101 people. Appreciate it, bro. YouTube 91 pseudo. What's pseudo? What? He said they thought it was petty enough to steal a water bottle. Oh, you gotta get up and wine. Enzo, you tripping. You better get that half an hour sleep. Yeah, right? It's crazy how USA got so many different time zones, man. That should be funny as hell. Then you gotta figure that shit out when depending on who you talk to, especially if you got friends all across, coast to coast. I be having people hit me up from all over, especially in Sweden, with a 9 hour time difference. 9 hours. Stop using pseudo in 2019. Yeah, you'll be all right. All right, appreciate it. Yeah, 6 hours in Hawaii. Smitty, what's the deal? Yeah, I'll be up, man. I'm just so used to it. That's that military shit. I'm just used to being up and not really functioning on very little sleep. Oh, it's a long story about Sweden. I talked about that already. Long story, but I love it over there. Good country, good people. Yes, sir. At the Rio, scary movies. No, I don't really watch scary movies like that. Yeah. Hold on, real quick, guys. I don't want to cut this thing off. Wash my hand real quick. No, like let me tell you. I broke this down. I forget which video it was about scary movies. Like putting that fear into your consciousness. That's what a scary movie is all about. Because what it's going to do is going to make you unbalanced. Because now you have a fear. And what does fear do? Fear show up in the dream world as one of the things that they use to keep you out of balance and keep you off consciousness. Because one, you having that fucking fear, and you got to deal with it. You got to deal with that shit. So the best place to deal with it, of course, your subconscious is going to project it to you in the fucking dream world, and you have to deal with it there. But then one, how much shit are you like? How much? That's a distraction from so much other shit. Like how much is that distracting you from you having to deal with that fear? And that's some real shit. So one, don't get me wrong, I like scary movies. They're cool, but it's like me one going to film school. I understand how that shit works, so I'm kind of like immune to the bullshit. But if you're actually getting that scared off of some shit, man, you got to rethink that shit. You got to rethink it. You got to look at it completely fucking different. Like you don't want to be, you don't want to have that fucking scared fear shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's messing with you consciously. Like, nah, it ain't working. Yeah. Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I forget which video that is. This is one of the ancient history videos, right? Yeah, like who is that? Enzo, yeah, Enzo. We on the same page, man. Like Jason is not funny to me. I mean, it's not scary to me, bro. Like Nate, what's the deal? I fucking laugh at that shit. Who kills people more brutally than Jason, yo? That should be funny as hell. Like nobody's scared of Chucky. Nobody's scared of Chucky. No, Freddy was funny as hell. Like I used to fucking geek at Freddy, man. That shit was not scary. That shit was fucking hilarious. Yeah, Insidious, yo. Insidious is scary as fuck. Uh, the one that got me, if you got scary, my bad, I'm inside fucking casino. But I remember I went to go see The Ring. I was in the military then, and I was going to get on Greyhound, right? And I had like fucking, I didn't even know I had like a fucking 6 hour wait. So I was like, shit, I might as well go see a couple movies. And I went to go see The fucking Ring by myself. A bunch of fucking popcorn and fucking pretzels and shit. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna sit here and watch this movie. That shit was scary. I was like, yo, what the fuck? The part where they should have known the girl face in the closet, that got the fuck out of me. I was like, because I wasn't prepared for it. So, but that, let me think. Oh yeah, yeah. And Cities was a little scary, but not really. Not really. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. It was hilarious, man. Some of that shit is just like you're not gonna be scared. Like you should be laughing at a lot of that shit. But Jeepers Creepers, yo, that show was crazy. Oh yeah, the old man on the shit. Yeah, the old man on there was crazy, crazy scary. Oh shit, they open. Okay. Oh, let me see something real quick. They got some pizza over here. I just want to see what kind of pizza they got real quick. If y'all don't know, the Rio is under new ownership, and they doing like crazy renovations. Like, so it looks a lot better in here. Yeah. Oh yeah, this looks good. Mm. Okay. Menace to society. uh, yeah, because they're not scared of seeing a black man with a gun. Old dog was funny as shit on there. Yeah, the Rio's under new ownership, and if you've been to the old Rio, it's fucking horrible. But now, oh my goodness, yeah, they spent some bread. So case in point, this was the but they got a whole new food court, a whole lot of new shit. They completely renovated the pool area, completely different, and yeah, it's a lot better. But I wanted to go from the parking lot and move because the fucking security. You know how that shit go. I try to avoid fucking confrontation, but you guys know I've been up there doing lives like forever, and then all of a sudden today, this motherfucker want to come over and say, "Oh, for safety reasons, you can't be out here too long." I wanted to go in. If I wasn't on live, I would have fucking cussed him out. or her. I don't know what it was, but yeah, it would have been an argument. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm a guest. I could be in the fucking parking lot as long as I want. So the parking lot. Fuck you talking about security. You are security. I mean, you ain't doing your job. If I gotta worry about some shit, I'm gonna go to the other parking lot. This is like, man, I've been coming to Rio for years, man. The Rio is one of my favorite hotels. Period. Point blank, hands down. I just like the vibe here. I like what they're doing. I actually was talking to the hotel manager earlier, one of the hotel managers, and she was just telling me what they got coming up here. And yeah, like seeing the owner's whole interview and what they plan on doing to the place, it looks dope. And I'm with it. I'm glad they're doing something to it. It almost got torn down, but it's here. It's here to stay. Yeah, man. That's what they're designed for. Horror films are designed for that reason, to give you a fear. Anything you fear, your subconsciousness will address, and it will begin to manifest in a lot of different ways. It's just that simple. You guys see that shit in physical reality. I mean, whenever you go behind somebody and you say "boo," you know you're scared. You ever get scared of a motherfucker that's in the house with you and you know they're in the house? Who else would it be? But you're scared. Like, who else would it be? There's only you two in there. So obviously it had to be the other person. So yeah, it's a lot of shit. That shit is designed to fuck with your consciousness, man. So don't let it. I mean, it's entertaining and everything like that. If you do, you got to be strong. You know, your consciousness has to be strong in understanding. One, think about it, man. It's a fucking movie, and you know it's a movie. What the fuck is you scared of? So you could be scared and have you all fucked up and having nightmares and shit at night. That means subconsciously there's something wrong with you. You were scared deeper than you realized. Now you're having dreams. I talked about before. I talked about this in my book as well. The fucking ongoing nightmares I used to have with Freddy Krueger. It was an ongoing thing that lasted years of my life, and I miss it. I miss those times because in the beginning it was scary as shit. The first fucking dream I had of Freddy was in that goddamn basement boiler room, and the motherfucker got me, and I was fucking just traumatized for a little bit. But then I had a dream where I was being chased by the cops, and I ran into a fucking phone booth, and I turned into Incredible Hulk. That's when I first realized how to fucking start controlling myself in dreams, flying and changing into shit. So then the next fucking dream I had of Freddy, I whooped his ass. I turned into Wolverine. And it was over. I slashed his ass up. So, and that's how the dreams would go. But then sometimes I wouldn't be fully conscious enough to change in the dream, and then he'll get me. And it'd be like fucking, it turned into like a fucking game. You know, Freddie won, me zero, and then tied up. And this went on for like 6 years of my life. I bullshit you not. That sounds crazy. But I had this fucking recurring fucking dream where I'm fighting Freddie. And then I would get into the dream and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, here we go. It's on. Because I know what's about to happen. It's fighting. You understand? It was fucking ongoing for a long, it was like 6 years of my life of these fucking dreams when it would happen. It was just fucking crazy. Because I wasn't dreaming about nothing else but that for a long time. And I didn't know what that was. If it was fucking fun or training or what the fuck. I'm like, why the fuck are people having these Freddy dreams? And I'm fighting this guy consciously. So yeah, it's fucking crazy shit. But yeah, that's what scary movies is about. So you gotta understand, like all the movies is about putting something into you. You know, messages, fucking with your consciousness, everything. All that shit is about. Every movie is about that. I mean, think about what it takes to put a movie out. It's a lot. I mean, millions of dollars they make. They think they're doing that to just entertain you. A lot of people think it's about the box office. How many movies lost money? They paid what? They paid fucking Holly Berry more money to do Catwoman than a movie made. And it happens like that. But even still, let's just think about it. I'm a billionaire. You know, I don't give a fuck. I guess I'm gonna spend 200 million to make a movie, not knowing if I'm gonna get that money back. For what? It don't even make sense. Like all that shit. That's why they get funding from these companies to put the movie out because it's deeper than that. So okay, yeah, I'm gonna go pitch this idea to this studio, and they're gonna give me the money to make the fucking movie for what? Because it's full of esoteric shit, and that's how you get the movie through. Yeah, Divergent is dope. Oh man, I started taking research seriously, like really, really seriously. I probably was probably like 17. I'm gonna say like 17. I started really start looking into shit because that's when I really started questioning like religion. But then I would always back out of it because I would get scared. But then, around 17, when I really started digging, and then once I got into the military and I started seeing shit, I started digging a lot more. But it really started like around 17 when I was like actively, researching shit and reading books and going to the library. I was a library nut, y'all. I used to always go to the library, man. I still got my fucking old dad's library card. So I love going to the library because it's quiet. You get to sit down and read and look at all of the fucking different books. And it's one of the things that really just like blew me away at how many people wrote books on black people that's not black. The library, you'll find that shit. A lot of people wrote books about our history and stuff that happened to us, what was going on in Africa. A lot of deep books. And these people are Europeans, man. Like I tell Europeans all the time when I argue with them, this is not fucking me being Afrocentric. I'm repeating stuff to you that white scholars wrote. You know what I'm saying? As well as black scholars. So it's like when people hear that shit and you start giving them names and authors and fucking editors and everybody who was involved in certain books, that blow their fucking mind. That blow their mind. A lot of the research and shit that was put out by white folks telling the truth because in truth, if you're looking at this whole thing, you're gonna see the picture and you're gonna see what the fuck is going on. You're gonna see like, oh shit, something is wrong. But they don't like to do that research and go that deep into it. A lot of people just sweep that shit under the rug and just say to themselves, there must be a deeper meaning outside of my understanding as to why what's happening is happening. And they leave it alone because they're on a winning team. You know what I'm saying? You like I talked about that get this analogy before. You lining up to get picked for a basketball team. The person that don't get picked, you like, oh well, he must not be that good. I'm on a team. We're gonna win. I'm riding for my team. I'm not worried about the boy who didn't get picked. He's not a part of the team. He's not like us. I'm better than him. So that's how people. That's how they're looking at it. Well, it must be something to it because it's working. I just don't understand what that is, but I'm not going to dig no further. It just is what it is. So that's how that shit works, man. Like it's like classism. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So yeah, like that fucking Camilla shit be cracking me up. It's just fucking because it's black people trying to find a way out. Like the woman's clearly black. Like, do you not understand what black means? Now everybody want to fucking separate themselves because they decided to support Trump and say that this woman not black. When she before she became vice president, came out and said she was black and she was born black and she loved being black. She's been a part of so many black movements. Her parents was a part of so many black movements. So like I don't even like I said it don't matter anyway. She's a fucking politician. She crooked, but still like to attack her blackness. That's just stupid. But black people attacking her blackness is even more stupid. Hell yeah. With that Joy Boy, yeah, man, the fucking research it becomes very overwhelming, and that's part of what I was saying earlier about learning how to do research because this is how you get around all that. Nobody taught me that stuff before because one, there's a lot of people. I can't tell you how many people, and I'm not gonna say no names, but my bad if you in the chat, but I can't tell you how many people email me about being depressed over doing research on Black history. and I know that I was there. But it's a way you have to look at that. But after a while, man, when you start doing this research, man, that shit becomes fucking so crazy. It's really personal. You know what I'm saying? And man, I'll keep it 100% real, man. I can't tell you how much fucking tears I done shed reading books. I done went up a lot of pages like reading this shit. Like, damn, we've been through so fucking much. What the fuck is wrong with like the shit that you start researching? That's why we do what we do. That's why we be out here fucking shouting this shit, and people hate us because we speaking this knowledge. Because they're like, yo, if fucking black people understood our history and what we went through as a people and why we should unite, like, look what the fuck you motherfuckers not reading these books. Look what we went through. Look what the fucking plan is, the agenda. Look what they did to us. Look where we was. If we understood this shit, motherfuckers will wake up quickly and be like, no, fuck that. We need to take this shit back. But we're so caught up by all this other shit. And then instead of us seeing black people being scholars and trying to rise up and fucking become conscious and everything, we're seeing black people become fucking celebrities, athletes, entertainers. And then we're rallying around them. And then all the fucking scholars that's like me and all the people that's been assassinated, we're gone. It's over. They're gone. There's very few people like me that's doing what I do. And it's like, no, that's how it used to be. See, we only hear about fucking Medgar Evers and Dr. King and fucking Malcolm X. It was so many other people. It was so many other people that was out there, man. That was putting out this information, that was fucking teaching. There was so many revolutionaries that was out there fighting, man. And these dudes is gone. They're gone, man. They knew what they was doing. And it's like, damn, we're not even counting the fucking soldiers we lost. They got rid of them. And the ones they didn't get rid of, they sold out. They got bought out. And it's crazy. And it's one of the things I don't ever knock those guys for that shit because I know how hard it is. I know they had to make decisions for their family. So like we call a lot of people sellouts, and you can't even fucking blame them for selling out. You can't blame them because the support don't be there. So why the fuck should I die and risk my fucking family life, my kids' life, for motherfuckers who not even going to support me with a fucking dollar? That's not gonna give me money to fucking feed my fucking family that's on the street. They're gonna make jokes and laugh at me and believe whatever the fucking news say. So why should I fucking die and fucking risk my family starving for these fucking people who not gonna give me a dime when I'm down? Now, if I had fucking guaranteed that my people gonna support me through me going against and fighting against these people, then I'm going through it. But they're not doing that shit because you're not getting no fucking support. So they sell the fuck out. It's just that simple. I can't even fucking blame them. I'm gonna be 100% honest about this shit. I can't blame them. I can't do it. I just can't do it because I'm not that fucking. I'm not. I don't got it in me. I'll be the first one to fuck up on the goddamn script. Couldn't read it. Yeah, man. Like yeah, exactly. You got the knowledge of what's going on. You got to do what you got to do. But I know for a fact, it's a lot of these brothers out here, these celebrities out here, that's been faced with that fucking challenge and had to make those decisions. They get you in that room and they fucking put a bunch of money in front of you and say, bro, all you got to do is keep doing what you've been doing. And you can't even figure out how that's benefiting them. Okay, I guess I'm making them a lot of money. You think you're doing something good, but no, you fucking destroying your people. Bro, I want this next album to be all about bitches and hoes. That's it. That's all you got to do. What? Man, give me that check. Where do I sign? That simple. Money, man. You can see it clear as day. Clear as day. The motherfuckers who took that money. Sacrificing their kids, man. Not even that, because like a lot of people think. I mean, some know, some don't know. It's like what you got yourself into. You gotta know how that shit works. But you don't choose to sacrifice. Let me just put that out there now. They will never let you do that shit. I mean, common sense should tell you that anyway. You don't choose to sacrifice. Of course, they're gonna choose that shit for you. Because if I'm gonna choose to fucking sacrifice, I'm gonna pick my cousin, fucking whatever the fuck I don't like. I don't like that nigga anyway. Kill that motherfucker. You can have him. They're gonna pick somebody you're not gonna know, and that's what makes it the sacrifice. And it's unseen, it's unspoken things, man. It's unspoken things. And you got to look at that shit, and you can think of some people, man. That's like, oh, that's crazy. You know what happened to a lot of these cats. But once you get in there, you in there. It's rules. That's why you don't take their fucking money. You don't know what's going to lead. Dean, what's the deal from the UK? Like I said, man, Terrence Howard is embarking on the great work. I mean, just Google his photos. If you know anything about masonry, you're gonna see it, clear as day. Like even in some of his movies. So he's embarking. He's on. That's what he's doing. All this shit is a deception, plain and simple. And as it goes back to that common sense shit, critical thinking shit I was saying before. Because why would they allow him to do it, man? It's common. You can see right through that shit. Why would they allow him to do it? They killed their own people for less. They killed white people for less. So it's no fucking way they would allow him to come out here and say all this shit. Then it's all fucking weird. Like every time I see that motherfucker, I just hear man, man, man. That nigga cannot sound like an intellectual to me ever. I'm just gonna hear man every time. Yeah, like he's a fucking actor, man. This guy's an actor. He was nominated for Academy Award, man. Man, yo, and people fall for that shit. I was like, yo, how the fuck can y'all be? Hold up, AirPod. I'm surprised it lasted this fucking long. Man. Right? Right? Crystal. Right? Hustling and flowing on all of us, man. Uh, that's a good one. Yo, listen, yo, it's fucking funny, man. But again, fucking guy's an actor. He's an actor. So he's putting on the fucking role of his life right now. And this dude been in. I've been seeing it. When you know, you know. Like you can see it. Anybody's been Sonic can see. They know. You seen it. Like you can just see it. You can poses in the stands where he crosses his legs, the hands. You see it all. It's there, and he's doing it now. And it's like I said, it's clear as day what he's doing. So when you know, you know. He's embarking on that great journey right now. You know, Jay Z did it already. All these guys. Jay Z fucking initiated fucking millions of people into fucking masonry with his albums, man. All his fucking Masonic shit he put into those albums. The fucking whole run this town fucking Masonic ritual. Like this dude fucking done did so much fucking shit, and that's why he is where he is, man. It's a lot with all that shit. But like when you know, you know, you can see what these dudes do. You can see what these dudes do, and we gonna get into all that. I'm gonna show you guys. That's why I want to do the Scholars Society. Show you what to watch for, the symbolism or what have you. Excuse me, signal getting low. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. A lot, man. Listen, man. So many fucking black women naming their kids fucking Roman names, Maximus and all that type shit. Yeah. Whenever you promoting Rome, especially with Hollywood, they like that shit. Like anybody promoting Rome shit. Um, One of the reasons why they killed fucking Aaliyah is because her name was Aaliyah, and it was spelled the same way. So you know what Aaliyah is? An Aliyah is a group of Jews fleeing from persecution. Look it up. It's spelled the same way. An Aliyah. I talked about it in what? Saturday Satan, one of those videos I talked about it. Yeah, well, I mean, people still fucking kill me with that shit. Will Smith and Chris Rock shit. Like, people really actually believe that bullshit ass slap? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that was the most staged fucking shit. And, like, come on. Like, no fucking body that's from the hood go on, let somebody smack them like that. I don't give a fuck you a celebrity or not. And not expect retaliation after the smack. So, you gonna go up and punch somebody in the face and then turn your back and walk off, not expecting them to run up on you? That makes sense. Oh, he's just gonna take the smack, like, and Will walked off, smirked a little bit. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like he wasn't like, what if he would have attacked you from behind and beat you down? What if he'd have ran up behind you and stole you? He walked off knowing he wasn't gonna get hit back because he knew the whole shit was staged. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And people say, well, why would they do that? What was the reason? Like the fucking Oscar ratings have never been any higher than that time, man. Nobody was watching that shit. What was on that day? Something, I think it was football or something was on that day, same day as that Oscars. The ratings was low as fuck. Nobody was watching that shit. But as soon as that shit happened live, everybody tuned in. Everybody tuned in. Nobody was fucking watching. I think it's the national championship was on. I think that's what it was. And then that shit happened. Nobody was watching that fucking Oscar shit. I wasn't watching that shit. Right? Then Chris Rock announced his big tour. But then I know you guys seen the video. A lot of people seen it later on. Then you guys see the video of them shaking hands in the back. And then we know it's after the smack because Bull had the Oscar in his hand. So yeah, that tells you right there. I come in and show that shit. So they did these fucking, supposedly banned him from the Oscar for years. This whole campaign, all these people talking shit. But all you had to do was just show the video of them fucking shaking hands in the back. How come the fucking news ain't show that shit? They kept talking about the smack, but did not show the video footage of them shaking hands in the back. Yeah, right? People were doing 4 hours on it, but never show that part. And it's like, man, them two know what it was. They know what it was. And then now they're gonna get a lot more publicity later on when they come together. They fuck around and do a whole movie together or some shit. Who fucking knows, man? That's Hollywood, man. I don't believe nothing these fucking actors do. People be fucking looking at these people are actors. Actors. Like, what the fuck? It's a role. Let's see where we at. Signal out here is getting a little low. And my battery going too. Let's see. All right, so yeah, we on live. So only way people know about this. So you guys was on what we had like what now? We got 12 people. 12 of you guys who actually got the Merkabah's, excuse me, because I've been thinking about this fucking name all fucking day, but this one I like the most. So Merkabah's Scholars Society, which the logo is done, all that stuff. You guys gonna get an email, so make sure you guys go through the email. You should get an email tomorrow. Make sure you guys go through the email and follow those instructions when you get the email. So I appreciate it. What is it now? Somebody else has got it. So now it's what, 13 people. You guys will see what I'm talking about. So like tomorrow, it'll be like official. I'll drop the whole little promo like I usually do, and you guys will see what I'm talking about, what this entails, and how it's going to be different. I'm still going to be coming on here doing lives on YouTube, still doing late night. So if you guys can't afford it, as a matter of fact, it's a payment plan on it. I think I don't know. I think it's a firm or somebody's on there if you want to do it in payments. But yeah. So it's only going to be this price for a few more days. So I'm gonna try to make it a full week. But after that, once everything is up and running, it's going to go. I'm telling you now, it's going to go to $500, and it's never going to go down again. It's not going to be like me doing a never pay again membership. It's going to stay 500, and then it's probably going to go up from there, and you'll see why. It's going to be well worth it. I'm not going to lower it because I don't want everybody in there. I'm only doing this now at this price because of my live, you guys coming on live, and it's consistent with most of you guys are consistent with it, and you're always on here. So I want you guys to be in there. And let's say I take it down in a week, and any of you guys that's here now, if you guys been on here a lot, I know who you are. I know your handle name or whatever like that. So if I take it down, it's gonna go up to 500. If any of you guys are on here now listening to me, I'm going to give you a code because this video, unless you watch this video or been on here for this long, you're only going to know this. So all you got to do is shoot me an email and let me know that you was in this live and you heard me say this here, and I'll give it to you for the $89 price, right? Understand? So the code is Merkabah 9. So if in a week you can't afford that 500 and you want it for 89, just email me your handle that's right here, right now, and then Merkabah 9, and I'll know who you are because I know all these names, and I'll give it to you for $89.99 instead of the $500. So the only way you're gonna know about that is if you're watching this live. It's the only way you're gonna know. So yeah, I don't expect people who usually watch the live to come on and watch the whole thing. Some people just watch a couple minutes. We've been on here for what? Over 2 hours? So I don't expect people to make it to this far. So make sure you do that. Merkabah 9, that'll be the code. MPA has to do with the videos. So when I put out the next video, you get that free. That's all that is. This is completely different. Completely different. This is Merkabah's Scholars Society. This is going to be research based. It's going to be a lot of information. We're going to do meetings. It's going to be 3 meetings a month. So we're going to do 3 live meetings a month and a lot more. So like I said, I'll break the whole thing down in the promo what all that entails. And remember, it comes with all the videos. I want you guys to have access to all the videos. So it comes with all those videos. And of course, we're still going to be doing lives on Merkabah Academy once it's up and running again. So WordPress is fixing what they're fixing. I think they said tomorrow they'll be done. So it'll be back up and running. But it's going to be completely separate. We have our own Instagram page, our own YouTube, our own Facebook page, excuse me. So you guys will get all those links to, because it's going to be private, of course. You'll get the link to the Facebook page. You'll get the link to the Instagram page. You'll also have to sign up for the SMS so you can get push notifications. So basically, when shit going on, you'll get a alert on your phone, like a message on your phone, and to let you know, hey, this is going on, or we're getting ready to do this. And out of this group, these will be the people who I'll be given the opportunity to take the tour with me to Kemet when we do the tour. So it'll be out of my society because I'm not going to pick just anybody. So it'll be out of the people that's in the society that I'll pick to go to Kemet. And we'll do this whole thing. I'm going to let everybody know way ahead of time. You'll be able to make payments on it leading up to. So that way you don't have to make a big ass payment all at once. I'll break it down to payments so we can do the Kemet tour because we're going to be giving a tour next year. I want to do it next year because I think I'm only going. I don't know how much time we're going to have before all this shit start breaking out, but we'll see how shit go. But my real guesstimate is around 2026. where shit probably really gonna start hitting the fan 2026, 2027. But war wise. But we'll see. So again, Merkabah Scholars Society. This will be that out of that group, it's going to be the people. I'm not even going to offer it to nobody else. It's only going to be the people that's in that society because you will have understood everything that we're going to talk about in there that's going to help us out when we get into going to Kemet. So again, it'll be definitely cool. My bad. Joy boy, what's the deal? Yeah, so like Azra Quasi, the Kemet New tour he was doing was like between like around three. Now understand like remember you guys, I think I showed you guys the picture of Amir, the one of the guys that I was with, the one who was telling me like tell black people to come back to Kemet. So I'm cool with him. One, his son is in the military. His son is who we use as security when we get over there. And it's all different kinds of prices for those tours. Now what Azra Quasi was doing for the people, that shit was a good deal because they went all up and down Kemet, man. They was in Abu Simbel, fucking. They went everywhere. They went to fucking Dendera. They still was in fucking Cairo, and that all that shit included the airfare, the hotel, food. I think that was a fucking steal at 3 grand. But you got to think about it as from the tourist point of view to get a group that big, all of them paying 3 grand each. You know how much money that is? So they lowered the price for them. So there was because it was bringing a lot of people, and that's what I'm on right now. So I'm working it out. One, you have to have a license to do this. So I already did all that shit for that. So I was actually supposed to go to Kemet in April, but then the IRS shit was going on and everything like that, and I was trying to watch everything what was going on. But you have to have a certificate for that. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about because I actually have it. So I already did the paperwork. I already did all that stuff, but there's more to it. I got to go over there and do some more paperwork. So I'll do all that when I go. But they actually give you crazy discounts if you can confirm a certain amount of people. And then once you put it all together, the price. My whole thing is I'm trying to get it lower than that, but it's going to depend on how many people we get to go. But to be honest with you, I think the $3,000 price was a good fucking deal for everything that they got. Round trip airfare, the hotel stay. I mean, the fucking boat trip up and down the Nile, all the places that they went. That shit was worth it, man. That shit was worth it to me for that price. Me knowing what I paid the times I went over there, just for me. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a good deal. But I'm gonna try to get as low as I can get it. And who knows? Like, who knows? So I just look around the $3,000 range, most likely. But like I said, I give people enough heads up, and it'll be like some type of payment deal to where you guys can just make payments, and then we can do it. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, man. Because like it's it's people. A lot of you guys, some of you guys been there before. I see a lot of you guys follow me, post pictures of yourselves in Kemet. But I mean, it's something so fucking deep about it. When you go over there and you see this shit, it's life changing to me, man. You know how when people was taking those trips back to Africa, and remember they was taking those trips to Africa and shit like in the 80s and 90s, and they would come back and everything was dashiki and all that shit was going because that shit is spiritual. It fucking changes you. Like it really changes you. And I just tell you from like that's what lit a fire under me going to fucking Kemet the first time I went there and seeing all that shit. That changed my life forever because I was like, what the fuck? Man, it's I really want to give that experience to a lot of conscious people and go over there and do this shit and do this fucking tour with you guys and show you this stuff, and it's just going to be something amazing to do. But I want to do it with people that I feel comfortable doing it with, and that's going to really understand everything and be just be down with what's going on. So we'll see, we'll see. Who this is? Flo Aces. By the way, is Amari. Amara, you the one who sent me the email? You still in this joint? Is there any significance to deja vu? Oh, deja vu, man. Deja vu. Deja vu is fucking one of the craziest consciousness things that we do. And definitely a lot of significance to that. What video was I talking about? Deja vu and what that shit is all about, and having to do with perception and experience the shit that you already experienced or seen ahead. So one of the things people say is when you had dreams and you can't remember your dreams, it's because you saw something you wasn't supposed to see. And a deja vu would be basically the conscious version of that. You understand? But at the end of the day, you got to think about it. It's like one of those things that your consciousness lets slide, because who's ever going to believe you? You understand? It's like almost like a trick. So if you say deja vu, that's something that's internal. That's something only you would get. Like damn, like this truck going past right now. I'm like, damn, I saw this shit before. It seems so familiar. And a lot of times it just be that. A lot of times you don't like something seems familiar because you experienced it already. But other times it's some shit that you wasn't supposed to see, or that you get information early information on, and it could be small. But at the end of the day, it's something for you. It's not even for you to say deja vu, because who the fuck is ever going to know that it is? If you understand what I'm saying, something only you ever know. All right. Bellagio. So the Bellagio's on the strip. So you want to go down this way. Bellagio's like basically over there. So you come out to here. This is Flamingo. So Flamingo go all the way down. Bellagio right there on the corner. You can walk there. Yeah, it's a little walk, but it's not that far. You can walk there. Yeah. Hey, Amari, I appreciate you coming on here, bro. I appreciate it, man. Like, no scamming me at all, bro. Not at all. I'm real shit, real shit. But I'm good. Everything good now. At least I can say that. Everything straight. Hit a couple parlays. Boom, boom. Back in business. So, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, the Oxum Empire, like, so, Haile Selassie he turned it around. That's why he's praised a lot. But the Aksum Empire with what's his name? Begin with an A. I forget his name. But with that king, like he sold out. He sold out because one, if you got Rome coming in there again, like a lot of them are forced to sell out because if you can't trade with nobody, you can't survive. Plain and simple. And they like think about it. Think about this. Think about how long we've been in Africa forever. But think about now these people starting to understand the resources they standing on is a commodity. And how long we been standing on it? Forever. But now they're starting to realize this shit is a major commodity. But it's always been a commodity because we've been trading. But it's like for some reason they couldn't wrap their head around what that means. Because to them back then, remember, this is a spiritual society. They're not fathoming people doing this shit for money. Because it's no money then, it's trading. Everything is goods for goods. Excuse me, you're not fathoming these people are trying to make money off you. What the fuck is money? If you got goods, I got goods. We can trade. Hold on 1 second. But yeah, the Axiom Empire, since Rome was running everything, and basically they wasn't allowing you to trade, and everybody was coming under that banner of religion or Christianity and everything, so it was all under the fold. And a lot of those societies was getting threats that if they didn't convert, they wouldn't be able to trade, and that the other countries would come against them. So to avoid war and everything like that, a lot of fucking leaders just converted. The same thing with Islam and everything else, and they just converted and took in these religions because one, they didn't want to get left out of the trade, and they didn't want all these other countries coming up against them, and they wanted protection in case somebody else did come up against them. What does that sound like to you? Mob, mob. What's the mob? What's the mob? Italians, right? That's Roman shit. All that shit is mob tactics. They've been doing that shit for a long time, a long time. That shit is all that shit is. No, not Selassie. Haile Selassie, the one who came and fucking started to make shit right. Did you see what happened with him? Yeah, Oxford's a conflict zone, but it would be cool to go over there, man. Some of those obelisks over there is fucking humongous. They like how to it's, you can see the quarry too. That quarry where they was when they was shaping the stones at. A lot of those obelisks is over there. They big as shit. Like this whole parking structure over here, you can see right there. Like what some of the stones is that big, big as fucking hell, and it's one big. Well, it's cracked, but it's like one big solid piece. Like, how did they raise it? Who carved it? So they got a lot of mystery over there as well. Ryu, what's the deal? I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, hook them comics up, man. We need more brothers doing comics, man. Doing any type of fucking artwork. That's a lot of people now. Who there was a brother that sent me some of his work that was working on a Kemet comic book. Just it was surrounded by mostly some historical facts, but also a lot of fiction put into it. I thought it was a good idea, and because the artwork was so good, I told him to keep going with it. And like a lot of people are still into comics, but if you know how to digitize your shit and make it into cartoons, like a lot more people will watch. We got talent out here, man. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do. But I love seeing more people embracing Kemet and putting shit out that is going to show that real history. I mean, because imagine everything we talk about if we could put it out in like a cartoon form and teach it to each other, more people jump on it. It's one of the things we're not really utilizing YouTube for, man. Like it's something that I would love to have done, but I got so much shit going on. But you can real easily, if you excuse me, if you have access to all that, you can real easily put together some fucking TV shows, cartoons, or what have you, conveying all the shit we talk about in cartoon form and putting it out there. I think a lot more people will accept that more versus than just talking and reading and everything like that. That people will accept it more. Yeah, Queen Nzinga, exactly. Now I start doing lives because, well, one, I didn't have access to all my work. Like I told you guys I have with my Mac, the fucking whole raid, and I can't really talk about that too much. But yeah, a lot of shit got taken. But it was a lot easier. And then like you guys got to understand, doing a video is so much work. I broke that down before. Like a lot of people, like I'm doing this right now. I'm live. There's no editing. There's nothing. It's live. So, but when I do the fucking videos, the editing process takes forever. It's a whole day editing video. So I'm like, shit, it's like it's easier to just come on here and do a live versus me. Now I gotta go up, I gotta sit in front of the fucking the camera, I gotta record the video, then I gotta edit it. And then sometimes you guys don't see that shit like 3 days later because so much done went on, I wasn't able to, you know, go through a straight edit. A lot of videos I put on YouTube, I put out like three, even sometimes a week later. But I just did the video. I did the video, I edited it like, days ago or what have you. So doing lives is just easier. I can talk, I can get my point out. I like doing the videos. Don't get me wrong, because I can show pictures and I can prove my point better. But if I'm on the go, if I need to say something quick, I can be quick and I can just say what I got to say and just keep it moving. And as you guys notice, like I'm on here for way longer than a lot of my videos be. This is a fucking DVD time. I didn't put out fucking DVDs that was this long. So what? A couple hours to be on this joint. So I could do that now, by doing a live versus me putting out the video. And the lives is a lot better. Caligula from Rome. Yep. No, not the whole of Ethiopia. Uh, but it was that part, the Aksum Empire. And Ethiopia, you see it's separated. Eritrea is really part of Ethiopia. But don't tell Ethiopians I said that because they're gonna kick my ass. But you see how they separated. It's always been that conflict against them because you're gonna have people who don't want to come into the fold of this new world shit. They don't want to join that stuff. They want to be separate. Yeah, and that's what's basically going on in a lot of those parts, man. They get coming into Christianity and all these countries in Africa converting. There's a bunch of countries that did not want to and still don't. They don't let the white people in there. They don't talk about. Think about how fucking big Africa is. It's a lot of countries you don't hear nothing about at all, never. It's like they don't exist. But these are fucking countries that got a lot going on. They got fucking royal families and shit like that. And they don't fucking deal with none of that shit. They don't want no TVs there. They don't want none of that shit there. They don't want to deal with none of those people. All that they still, and then for the most part, the white man leaving them alone because there's no natural resources, there's no real money there. One and two, it's just too difficult to get in there and start any fucking war, and it's gonna take forever to bring equipment in there. It's not worth it. It's not. They're gonna be dead before that happens. These motherfuckers got all kinds of crazy fucking poisonous darts and spears. Nobody want to deal with that bullshit. Then you don't want to fucking massacre a bunch of people where you have all eyes on you. So all that shit is real delicate over there. But now they have their hands on so much resources and so many other countries they got in pocket. They don't need to invade everywhere. They got a fucking infinite supply of resources from all these countries. They pull in billions and trillions out of Africa a year. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's the richest fucking continent on the planet. These people should be stinking rich. It's crazy, but we see where the money going. Ethiopian food good as shit. Yeah, it's a lot of people that still practice it. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that keep up with the old world ways, man, because it's the best way. Now remember, the churches drowned all that shit, but they would never let these people go mainstream with a lot of that shit. And that's the thing. As long as you're not going mainstream, they're gonna leave you alone. But you try to go mainstream with it in that shit, yeah, they coming for you. Sheesh. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. My battery about to die. All right, for again, those guys who purchased the Merkabah Scholar Society, everybody who grabbed it, you guys gonna get emails. Make sure you guys grab it. I'm telling you, that price gonna go up. It's never gonna go down. I'm standing on that. I'm standing on that. It's never gonna go down. Once it go up, that's it. But again, if you email me Merkabah 9, I'll give it to you at the $89.99 price for those who's on this live if I recognize your name. If I don't, I'm not going to give it to you if I don't recognize your name. Most of you guys are always on here, so I know you guys handle, so I'll give it to you guys. But anybody else, no. So make sure you guys grab it before it goes up. I will be back. Well, you guys are going to see the promo for it where I get more deeper into what that's going to entail. Probably will be back tomorrow. I got a lot going on tomorrow. I might not be on live tomorrow, but I probably will. I'll probably find some time. But I'll be back. My battery about to die. Appreciate you guys coming out. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.